Yo, what's good, everybody, man? Just getting to it, bruh. Had a big day at work today. Man, started a little bit later than we thought we was, but we here now. Start up on the bottom, man. We here. Well, y'all see the title, man. High end expectations, GOAT talk. I'm gonna give y'all rankings from the NFL, NFC South, from the quarterback to the team, running backs, quarterbacks, cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers. And then we're going to see those expectations that you have. We're going to discuss it. Let's get into it.
Appreciate it, Mr. Davis. What's up? This is Thomas Davis, man, and you are watching the Black Cat Panther podcast. Make sure y'all tune in all season long.
Yeah, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast.
Can I run up the score, run up the board, breaking the mold? Ay, ay, walking the door, you know what happened? We step on the floor. Ay, ay, coming from on, you don't want partners, you already know it. Ay, ay, come on to it, you already know I'm finna go do it. Ay, yeah, I'm locked in and I feel like Mark 10. Ay, walking to a room, chest up with my chin. Ay, already finished for this joint, even begin. Ay, when is what I am, I cannot ever pretend. Ay, yeah, never pretend. Ay, back in the lab again. Ay, you were not touching the friends. Ay, you were not touching the can. Ay, putting the points on the board, I'm killing the boys, you know what it is. Ay, switching the moves, no number 2, I came in to win. They said I'm tapped in with the action, if they got the master on the master, I can never move passive. I'm active, I can make them go ghost on this castle. Wanna know who running it, just ask us. On the track, I'm gunning it, I'm blasting this, that gas, and diesel, shack and dog.
You know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat.
Yo, hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for being with me, man. Like I said, I'm running a little bit late here today. Um, what's going on, everybody? I see y'all out there, man. Y'all keep coming on in, man. Wipe your feet. Don't bring that bullshit up in here. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, I'm gonna just go ahead since, like I said, I'm running a little late. I'm gonna go ahead and dive into it, man. Straight up into it. Ain't no preambles. Ain't no, all this. Here we go. We just gonna get into it. The show was yesterday, man. High end expectations. I listened to the show, heard y'all arguing. I wasn't on there yesterday. I had, like I said, a couple things going on, a couple things I had to do. But as it stands right now, man, Panthers fans, your high expectations off of one draft, one free agency, and everything like that. I'm not here to bash or put anything down. I'm just giving y'all the facts. Y'all can take that. You're gonna take it ever high you want to anyway. When I give it to you, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have your own opinion. These are 100% facts. You know what I'm saying? With everything going on, it's nothing but a fact. All this is compounded data I'm giving to you. Uh, ain't nothing I made up. Information from the NFL, information from other sources that's basically checked up against the NFL data. So this ain't no clickbait. This ain't no what somebody think. This ain't, you know, cherry picked ass information like some other people get to you. No, this is just the way it is. First and foremost, we're gonna start with the most important piece in the NFL, and that's quarterbacks. We're gonna start with the transmission, the shit that makes everything run. The quarterback position. Okay? Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get into it. Here it is, I'm gonna give it to y'all. So this is the way this is, man. With this compound, with this information, you have 8 playoff spots in the AFC, 8 playoff spots in the NFC. If you're not playing for the playoffs, NFC, AFC championship, win your division. First win your division, NFC, AFC championship, and then the elusive Super Bowl or the granddaddy or the crown jewel, if you will, the Super Bowl. What the hell is you out here playing for? What the hell is you out there practicing in the hot ass July, August, Carolina summer for? There's no NFL player that's going to tell you he do not want to win a Super Bowl. There's no NFL player that's going to tell you he does not want to be on a championship team. No matter if that's his high school team, if that was his fucking college team, Pop Warner team, whatever, he wants to be a part of a championship team, a dominant squad, if you will. There ain't no player out there talking about, nah, man, I was just playing. We lost every game, you know what I'm saying? And I was satisfied with losing. Or as long as I get uh, uh, uh 20 yards, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? All I want to do is play. Put me on the starting roster, coach. Hell nah, man. Motherfucker want to get their money. They want to win, and they want to sit back and look and say, all that practicing and all that studying film and all that whatever, all the times I hurt my leg and whatever, knees and ankles, amounted to something. I'm a world champion. I'm an MVP plus world champion. I made $100 million while I was in the league. Do you understand? And I see y'all boys out there. Archangel, True Lifetime, Don Kincaid, Carolina Logic, Eternal 252. My boy, Relax and Talk Sport, SCS Panthers boy, Popping Bullet, Red Swan. Man, I see y'all out there, man. Everybody, man, keep coming on in, man. Y'all keep coming on in. Money bags, I see you. Carolina Blues, what's going on? Buck, I see y'all, man. Y'all keep coming on in, man. We getting into it as we do. It's time for the Carolina Panthers to come on in here and just let's just be real. Let's be real with ourselves. Panthers fans, everybody. Let me get to you. Now, these are the rankings for the 2025 season as they see it, meaning how these guys ended, predictions, all types of stuff. Like I'm telling y'all, you got 8 spots AFC, 8 spots NFC. So that's 16 quarterbacks that can be playoff bound. Well, if they win their division, wild card, what have you. Ain't but 8 over here, 8 over there. So the top 16 quarterbacks, that's the man to me. That's the man. The top 16. Now, number 16, if you fall and you happen to be number 16, you are on the bubble. Now, 17, 18, 19, top 20. Those guys are fighting to get on the bubble with that 16th person. So that's, if you want to look at it, that's 5 quarterback positions from 16 to 20 that could go either way. Now those guys that's in the top 15 kind of sort of solidified. Those guys in the top 10, they can fall. They can have a couple bad weeks. But from 12 to 16, you can't have bad weeks. You might have one bad game, two bad games, especially if you're number 16 sitting on the bubble. So put that in your hat right there and think about what I'm saying as far as number wise. If you're sitting there at number 16, or if you're sitting there 20 and below, actually 20 and below, man, you to sit there, you got some work to do. You got some work to do. So let's get it. Number one, Patrick Mahomes. It feels as though Patrick Mahomes is the elite tier one quarterback in this league. The next guy up, Joe Burrow. Coming in at number 3, Lamar Jackson. Coming in at number 4, Josh Allen. And rounding out the top 5, Jalen Hurts. So we have Patrick, Joe, Lamar, Josh, and Jalen. Top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Number 6, a solidified 6th spot, Jaden Daniels, Commander. Matthew Stafford, number 7. Number 8, Justin Herbert. And number 9, Jared Goff. Number 10, Geno Smith. That's what surprised me. But these are, he's got the numbers, y'all, everything. Even though he signed with another team, that's because Seattle was going in another direction. It was not Geno Smith's play. But Geno Smith falls as the numbers are. Strictly the numbers. And that's what matters, because that's what he put on the field. That was the play on the field. Whether or if it ended up as a win or a loss, it's still his individual effort, his number. So at a number 11, now this is outside the top 10. Like I said, 16 is your bubble guy. And like I said, number 12, from that 12 to 16 spot, those guys can't have bad weeks. Maybe 2 bad games, because they're constantly changing spaces. They're pushing the bottoms, pushing the top. Okay? So number 11, Brock Purdy. Number 12, Jordan Love. Remember those 2 guys, y'all, right there. 11 and 12, Jordan Love and Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, number 11. Jordan Love is number 12. These numbers or these placements are very important. 13, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, a quarterback on a team in your division who some of you guys said just yesterday on this very platform that we were good enough to beat this team. And this guy is the 3rd quarterback. So that solidifies him a playoff position. Because if I just told y'all 16 of these guys right here are taking their team to the playoffs. You got to get to the playoffs, win your division to get to the playoffs, to get to the NFC or AFC championship, to get to the crown jewel, the Super Bowl. Huh? Now tell me if I'm talking crazy. Somebody please tell me in the chat right now. When I drop the link later on, somebody please come up here and tell me. Goat, you're talking crazy. Goat, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Somebody, please let me know. But Baker Mayfield is number 13. C.J. Stroud, number 14. 15, Callum Murray. Oh, here is the bubble. The bubble number. Midway, the man in the middle. Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville. A guy come September the 7th, opening day, we're going to have to see. We got to see the bubble quarterback, the number 16, a guy who, if he stays on the bubble right here, he going to the playoff. If he keeps this position right here all year or better, he going to the play. He's going to take his respective team to the playoff. Trevor Lawrence, number 16, the bubble guy. Remember that. Bubble man. Bubble guy, bubble man, bubble gum, bubble, bubble, bubble. Trevor Lawrence is the bubble guy at 16. 17, Dak Prescott. 18, Tua Tunga Bala. Number 19, my guy, Bo Cephas Nicks. Bo Cephas Nick. So that's two guys in the top 20 that was rookies last year. Rookies. Very, very surprising to say. Bryce Young, number 20. Bryce Young, 20. I told you about the 20 position. Top 20. Another bubble guy. Bubble gum. Bubble man. Bubble. Bubble guy. Now, this bubble position right here could go either way. Up, down. Which any position is there. But this is a key spot at number 20 to be in. It doesn't guarantee your team. And I'm not giving y'all the percentages and stuff like that they put on this list to make this list. I'm today, I'm just basically putting an emphasis on the position, on the number. Right? If he goes up, he got 4 spots to go up. So in Bryce Young situation, he's sitting there, he can say, man, I got 4 to 5 spots to climb. As a playoff team, divisional winner. That's first and foremost. Either a divisional winner, wild card playoff team. So all year long, he's going to be scratching, clawing, and fighting to get to 16, where Trevor Lawrence is. T Cole, what's up now? I see y'all boys popping in, man. Y'all keep coming on in. So he's got work to do. We'll put it like that. You don't want him to maintain that bubble position and stay right there at 20, because that ain't even middle of the pack. To keep it just 100 with you all the way, standing on your square. That ain't even middle of the pack, cuz 16 is middle of the pack. That's where he's trying to get to, at least 16. So you see where he at. Go up or down. That's all I got to say about it. Number 21, J.J. McCarthy. Number 22, Drake May. 23, Michael Penix. 24, Caleb Williams. 25, Cam Ward. 26, Sam Donald. 27, Russell Wilson, excuse me. 28, Justin Fields. 29, Joe Flacco. Number 30, Anthony Richardson. 31, Mason Rudolph. And 32, Tyler Show, New Orleans Saints. Now, when I open it up and everything, I'm gonna talk about positioning for a little bit on this list. Then, if you don't understand what I mean by these guys' position as they're sitting, okay? I'm even go back to the rankings as a team, and then I'll show you the rankings as they put it up by the quarterbacks. Because whether you guys want to admit it or not, the NFL football team goes as their quarterback goes. I don't. You're going as far as going. I don't know why my headset want to play games. Now, okay, you're only going now. Here we go. Team ranking as a team. The number one quarterback was Patrick Mahomes. But they got Kansas City sitting at number one. Even though now y'all say, "Oh man, the Eagles are the one," they feel as though the Eagles lost a little bit. They did lose some players on defense. They lost some offensive linemen and this and that. Free agency, whatever. A couple people they didn't run. They're gonna start some rookies this year. They feel as though the Eagles are not as high powered as they should be, even though they're the champ. They got Kansas City starting at number one, and they got the quarterback of that team, the number one guy. Now, some people have San Francisco. They said San Francisco made the move. This list that I'm having to reading off of, and this is early predictions, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody ain't snapped the ball yet. They got San Francisco sitting at number 2 this year. Now the second quarterback on the list was Joe Burrow at Cincinnati. So they got the Bengals ranked number 7. Number 7, right? The number 2 quarterback on the list was Lamar Jackson, who plays for the Baltimore Ravens, and they got them sitting at number 3. Now this is the team, and I'm just saying, look not how far off. I'm doing a comparison of not how far off you got the quarterback ranking this on his individual effort on the quarterback's list. Then you got the whole team concept being ranked. And do you see how not far off the team is from the quarterback? Huh? That's just how important. I keep telling y'all over and over how important the quarterback position is to the overall team success. Most important position in sports today. Yeah, so man. So that's the top what? That's the top three. Lamar is number three, and they got his team sitting at number three. Exact. Him and Pat Mahomes exact. Number four is Josh Allen, and five is Jalen Hurts. So on the list, number four, Josh Allen with the Bills, they got him at number 12. So they got Josh kind of way off from where his team is, which is the defense is off a little bit. Their offense is not high powered like that. But the MVP is the catalyst, and he makes the difference on that team. So they got them at number the 12th best team in the league. And then you had Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl winning quarterback Jalen Hurts, and they got his team at number 5, and they got his team at number 9. Hell, let me go ahead and do the top 10. Let me actually do the top 10. Okay, you got Jaden Daniels in Washington, and they got Washington sitting down there at number 13, and you got him at number 6. Matt Stafford, they got them at like 19, and they got Matt Stafford as the number 7 quarterback. You got Justin Herbert at number 8, and you got his team coming up at number 18. You got Jared Goff in Detroit, number 9 quarterback in the league, and they're showing their team as the number 6 team in the league. You got Geno Smith, who's with the Raiders now. I think most of this data came from what's the name. So we'll negate Geno. We won't even put that. But they got him with the Raiders right now. The Raiders at 24. But most of Geno numbers and all and data that was compiled, I would say went with Seattle. And they got Seattle sitting at 26. So if I had to disagree with anything on the list, it's that Geno's sitting at 10. You know what I'm saying? I like to thank Flame for Jesus for the $5 super chat, man. And he said there are a few more on that list that should be higher than Bryce. I can accept that list. It is pretty close. And I would have to agree with you there, Flame. Other than, like I just said, the Geno Smith right there sitting at 10, but it's the compound data of his numbers, the turnover, how efficient he was, this, that, yada, yada, yada. Like I said, I'm not going over the numbers or reading everything what the list is compiled of. I just wanted to make the comparison of how much of a focal point the quarterback position is with the whole team scheme, and then where they rank your quarterback and where they rank your team offensively, defensively, special team, coaching, organization. You understand what I'm saying? But the quarterback position is the catalyst, is the transmission, is the lever, is the switch that makes everything just the grease in the wheels that makes the shit run. That's the main high end expectations. You need a fucking high end quarterback, first of all, to get you the high end expectations where you need to be. You got to be 16 or better to even be thinking about division, fucking playoffs, NFC championship, and the elusive granddaddy of them all, the coveted Super Bowl. If you ain't got nobody to get you there, you can get that up out your head. If your guy's sitting around at 25, hell, even 20, I told you 17, 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting now. You're not guaranteed nothing. 9 times out of 10, your our boy is sitting at 20, and they got our team ranked 29. You see what I'm saying? I told y'all it's not that far off. Sat here and told y'all that. 9 spots back from where the quarterback is ranked at, from the whole team ranking. Think about it, man. Let that shit sink in. Let it sink in. Now I got a couple more. I'm gonna open it up, and I want to get y'all feedback today on. I know some of y'all gonna come in and want to actually talk about the list. I know some of y'all gonna come in and want to talk about the whole team, where they're ranked at. Link is in the chat. I know some of y'all might agree and disagree, and that's fine, man. You got your own opinion. You got your own ideas and ways of how this team should have constructed this. I do too. That's fine. You never gonna get a gripe from me if you got an opinion of and it's sitting there on concrete fact and basic and data and everything like that they compile, and then you done seen it with your own eyes for the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of how this shit is shaping up to be, far as offensive line play, quarterback play, running back play. There was an article today where I don't know how true this is or whatever, but we was looking at the tight end from Baltimore, and they was talking about the Panthers giving possibly a third or fourth rounder to get yet another tight end in here. And I say, damn, that's another offensive player, weapon, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Spending more resources on the offensive side of the ball. Mark Andrews, you're exactly right. Mark Andrews. It was you must have seen the same. Glassman, you must have seen 25. You must have seen the same article that I seen or popped up on your timeline or whatever. And Mark Andrews from Baltimore. A third round for a 30-year-old tight end. And even giving up one of my dragon eggs, one of my draft picks. Y'all know how I am with that right there. And you got a 29th ranked overall team scheme that a 30-year-old tight end is getting ready to move the needle for us any type of way. You got quarterback that has not solidified a playoff spot, but you getting ready to give up future draft implicated positioning for a 30-year-old tight end that may or may not work in the scheme that we got out here. May not be a fit. Now you're going to take possibly the youth movement or being in position to get some type of dynamic player or whatever to yet and still bolster more and more resources on this offense. What are we doing? What are we doing, people? What are we doing? What are we doing? We keep giving, and I'm more and more and more resources on this offense. I'm getting ready to give you another nugget right here. Okay. Since you want to say, oh, I know that's exactly what y'all saying. Oh, you got to get this guy sitting at number 20. You got to give him all the resources you can give him. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll go with you, man. I'll rock with you for a second. Here I am. Okay, let me go with this. All NFC South offense. So they compose a list of, if they were putting together an all NFC South offense, it would look like this. Baker Mayfield would be the quarterback. Bijan Robinson would be the running back. Mike Evans, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Matthews, Rob, Graham Barton, and Chris Lindstrom. Now y'all hear what I just said? I named one damn Panther. One damn Panther. And the one Panther that I named wasn't the quarterback. Wasn't the most important part. It was the right guard. It was the right guard. This is an all NFC South team. And the only Panther that made it was the right guard. I just come out my mouth that we're dedicated, you know we do in our organization, said that we dedicated all the resources on this to our, and we had one damn Panther to make it all NFC South offense. Highest paid offensive line in the league. Draft after draft after draft after draft, wide receiver. Free agent running backs, pay the running backs. One guard. One guard. Okay. But we the best team in the South. We the best team in the South. One guard. Tristan Wirfs, offensive lineman. Buck. Mike Evans, wide receiver, buck. Baker Mayfield, quarterback, buck. Graham Barton, center, buck. $4. $4 now. Running back, Bijan Robinson, Falcon. Wide receiver, Drake London, Falcon. Wide receiver, Darnell Mooney, Falcon. Can't deny their numbers. Tight end, Kyle Pitts. Tight end position is the same position I just told y'all monkey ass that they steady trying to draft, giving up draft position for. You just paid Tommy Tremble. What the fuck you pay Tommy Tremble for? What did you pay Tommy Tremble for? Why did you bring him? You cut Ian Thomas, okay, well and fine. He went productive. But why? I'm sorry, everybody. And y'all know I'm mobile, man. Y'all know I'm mobile. Y'all know I'm mobile. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, yeah, I was going too hard. You see how they cut me off. I'm sorry, Tommy Trimmer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk about you like that. I'm sorry. Damn, Tommy Trimmer done cut me off, y'all.
Oh, okay. I thought I would have had to come and save it.
But
Never mind. I'm going back out.
hold on a second. Hold on a second. But what the fuck did they pay Tommy Trimmer for? Okay, I'm sorry, Tommy Trimmer. Damn, Tommy Trimmer done got mad at. Anyway, uh, that's 5 Falcons made this team. One Panther. One Panther. $4. 5 Falcons. One Panther. But yet and still, when I get on this podcast, this platform, any other platform, people gonna tell me I'm repping for the Falcons or whatever when I say that the Falcons have a better offense. There it is right there, y'all. All NFC South offense. This is not goats. This ain't goats. This them people. This the information that them people done compile. And they solidifying what I've been telling y'all and saying the whole damn time. 5 Falcons, $4, one motherfucking Panther on a team that we spent all this motherfucking money on the offense with a number 20 quarterback and a 29 ranked team overall. How y'all doing there, fellas?
What's going on, man?
What's up with you?
Call it. I like to get a little feedback. since y'all boys
Well,
come up here.
I
From what
mean,
I
I'm actually a little surprised because I have arguments with people about the same thing. First of all, I'm a football fan before I'm a Panther fan because the Panthers wasn't in the league before I got and fell in love with football. And I know what I see, and the Atlanta Falcons have a potentially potent offense if Michael Penix takes the next step. But they do have one of the best.
BJ, shut your black ass
But
mouth.
but
Cause
I'm
you gonna
talking
make
as a football fan right now. In my foot,
okay, cause
I took off my
you will
Panther
be
hat.
labeled as a Falcon
But that's
when you
fine.
made that statement, right? Okay,
Oh,
okay. Oh, long as you know,
come.
long as you know,
They
long as
got
you
one of the
know.
best.
Okay.
First of all, they got one of the best backfields in the league.
Oh my God.
They right there with Detroit. If you ask me, it's like neck and neck. If you ask me,
Well, let people tell it. Chuba is the best running back in the South.
and you know what? I understand that, but Tyler Algier is so underrated. If you put him in our offense, you might get that and more. And he the second back.
Yeah,
I know my running back. Tyler
yes, sir.
Algier is like
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my
that.
God.
See, I'm gonna tell the truth. If you want me to tell the truth, Tyler Algier like that.
You got to be fucked up around here.
Okay.
You is
And wasn't Drake
oh
London
my
like
God.
3 or 4 in receiving in the whole league?
And then Donnell Moody was right behind him. That's why
Darnell
they
Mooney's
made
a
it
good
all.
player too. I'm speaking
That's
as a
why they
football
made
fan,
it
y'all.
all NFC South. This ain't my list now. I'm telling y'all. This ain't my team put together. This is compiled by the NFL, PFF, CBS Sports, all that shit.
But I'm gonna just tell you, I didn't even need the list. I was talking this before, but I kind of kept it tempered because of the backlash. But you can see that with your own eyes. Darnell Mooney like that. He really is. Y'all got to go watch him play. I wish I have him. I had him. Now, when you get to the pit side, that's just like 50-50. It's a coin toss. He has the talent. He's the most talented tight end. Yes. But when he going to put it all together? Now, if he decides to put it all together this year, then that's a real problem. Because that dude is big, fast, and is very strong.
Yeah. I think it's a mental
If the
thing.
light come on this year, then they really
Yeah,
going to be a problem.
yeah. I think it's a mental thing in there. Like
Yeah,
where he had the coaching and like maybe being like a baby motherfucker or some shit like that. And
yeah.
the coach don't want me or this guy or I'm not
Hmm.
fitting in his team or he's not giving me the ball and all kind of shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
like you said, once the light bulb comes on, if it
That's
ever
he.
comes to fuck on,
Now you
you know
got
what
to
I'm saying?
really push him up. And dude, I'm just talking as a football fan. Like somebody, like I'm pretend I ain't even a Panther fan. I'm just speaking that way. And they got a pretty good line too as well. Now they defense is got to get worked on. We'll see if the draft picks and the acquisitions in the off season, whatever transactions they make before the season starts, makes them even better because there's a lot of trading to be had and a lot of movement on the rosters before the season starts. So yeah, the Atlanta Falcons are honestly, if I had to predict today, they would win the NFC South. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind debating that. I think I stand on a good ground on that. Now on the other side, now the Panthers have made good additions, but we ain't seen nothing on the
They
field
made
because
good
all we going
addition.
on, yeah, they made good
Yeah.
additions.
They make good
But
additions, and we're not, and I'm not, and I think nobody on this panel right now and past shows have ever said since the draft, since free agency, oh we ain't do shit, oh that guy
oh
right
no,
there he ain't shit, or this and
mm,
that. No,
mm-mm.
past 7 people stood on and said they gotten better, but has the needle been moved that much? Because once again, I'm gonna give you these numbers once again. You have a number 20 quarterback. It's only 8 going out the AFC, 8 going NFC. So you got to be sitting 16 or better.
I'm gonna
You
give you a
put
hot
those
take.
guys at number. Uh huh.
I'm gonna give you a hot take real quick. Since the off season of last year to now, low key, I think Dan Morgan GM of the year, working with what he
Ooh.
has. Not we ain't looking at records. We ain't looking at we talking about transactions, moving and shaking, looking at the board, making this deal and that deal. Low key, he might be GM of the year, even though we ain't there yet. I will tell
I
you.
have to give it. I have to give it to Chicago GM.
Okay. He ain't bad. No. He ain't bad. He's not bad. He's not bad. I'm gonna be a home on
Well,
that one though, Red.
I ain't mad with you.
I'm gonna have to bust both of y'all bubble and give it to the Howie Roseman.
Really?
GM of the year, GM of the decade,
Oh
GM
yeah,
of everything.
Well, it's
yeah.
hard to argue with him, go. God damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
So yeah,
yeah.
I got
Hey,
to.
I
go.
mean,
Until I
Go.
see somebody do better,
Maybe
red.
I was saying,
I fold.
maybe I was saying next to Howie Roseman. Maybe that's what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I meant to say that.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, until I see somebody do better from like I'm looking at this dude and I'm looking at what I'm like, bro, you making future moves right now, 4 years down the road. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Who
Yeah.
does that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. That
impressive.
shit stacked over there, man. Nasty
Who
too,
does
boy.
that?
That's a man with a vision that can visualize what's gonna happen, man. That's a special person, man. You don't let him leave the
Yep.
building ever.
Yep.
You lifetime.
Ever, BJ, ever. Shit.
So
When it come to
I
negotiating time,
uh I got the real HHENT give me a $2 super chat. He said, "Goat, they also got the defense." I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get to that. I
Oh,
just
they
shout out
do.
to
my
HH.
whole focus. Yeah.
Hey,
I
go
got it
put
right
this
here.
list out, go.
It's compiled of PFL.
Uh-huh.
It's pro football sports stuff.
Hmm.
Gotcha. I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen
Uh
them.
huh.
Yeah, they
And it's
good.
compiled of PFL. It's a lot of data.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And they also got the West, and they got the, you know what I'm saying? They got
Hmm.
Yeah.
every division. They got all that stuff. So, but
Yeah.
it looked at me. I said, "Damn." You know what I'm saying? Because I've
Yeah.
been hearing a lot of shit talked around here.
Yeah,
The
that's how we do.
comments, you know what I'm saying? We don't give a damn. And no, let me take that back. Hold up. I do give a damn about the comments that y'all leave. And you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
appreciate them. Everybody got your own opinion. But there's so
Right.
much trash to be talked about me, Red, which like I
Yeah.
said, I ain't got no soft skin. Y'all bring it. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Y'all bring it.
Thank you.
I love it. I
Thank you.
bring it.
Thank you.
You understand what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I know what's done happened. I done been on these platform too long, motherfucker. How many times I've been told that I was right? The money that I done won off bets and shit.
Yep.
Come on, man. Y'all better stop this.
And I'm gonna tell you, even like
And
with when BJ get fired up, popping, you know what I'm saying? Q, hell, on other podcasts too. I don't take it personal because you know what that tell me about y'all boys, man. Y'all competitive as a motherfucker. And I'm gonna tell you
there
something.
you
I
go.
wouldn't go to war with nobody who don't believe above that winning above all. I ain't going to war with a motherfucker who don't give a damn if he win or lose. Cause
No,
if he
no,
feel like he
no,
ain't got shit to lose, he might not value me. You know what
no,
I'm saying?
not at all.
You damn right.
Thank you,
That's
BJ.
Hey, red,
that's why I had to give you a
red.
hard time on that
Go,
week 18. I had to,
Hell
man.
yeah.
That's why I
Hell
had to give
go
you a
out,
yeah.
hard time.
red. Go out and come back in. I think your
Okay.
connection is
Okay,
popping
go.
over
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
red.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to give Red a hard time on that last week. Y'all at home, you got a chance to go to the playoffs, so y'all lay the fuck down. I don't give a on Bryce, but nigga, no, that's inexcusable. I don't want his shit.
But I mean, and now if I do put a little, not an excuse, but I put how do I want experience.
Of what?
The
Of who?
man had only played 3 games.
Oh, well, he did play enough to win. I would say that 'cause he made some damn good throws in that game. I was like, whoa.
Exactly. You can't take nothing from him for that being his third NFL start.
Yeah. But
You
besides
just
that defense I'm putting him on the defense's end, man.
oh
I really am. Yeah.
me and Red had talked about that all year, and I told him that. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody
That's the
Tampa
reason
Bay,
you
your
play the
Tampa
whole
Bay guy.
season.
Yeah, Tampa Bay guys. You Tampa Bay guys that's in the audience. Tampa Bay guys that listen to the show. Y'all ain't got no defense to talk about or write home about. You know what I'm saying?
Damn sure
So
ain't.
I mean, y'all ain't got
Mm,
no defense to talk about.
mm.
So any weakness in the South, the thing is that really nobody in the South has a defense that they can sit there and say, "Oh man, we are we doing it like that." No. And I'm getting ready to read out this defensive list right here for y'all guys. Okay.
What up, Hal?
First of all,
Yo, what's happening,
so
y'all? How?
Je- Jesse Bates, Tyrone Matthews, Zion McCullum, Lavelle Davis, J.C. Horn, Matthew Judon, Damon Davis. How you pronounce it? Y'all know who I'm talking. Y'all,
Yeah, Diaby.
yeah, from Tampa, the
Yep.
edge.
Yep.
Now, just to stop for 1 second, here's the edge over there. It really ain't burn him up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that. But he was one of the best edges in the South.
Yeah.
Okay. Grady Jarrett,
Yeah.
Vita Veda, and Cam Jordan. Now, once again, 3 Falcons, 4 Bucks, 3 Saints. If y'all notice, on the offensive side, there was no Saints. No Saints. 3 Saints on the defensive list. And still, once again, 1 Panther. 1 Panther, y'all.
And Gold,
And this
I would say, I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
and this is the defense.
The whole defense or just the line?
No, this is just those are the players that make the all NFC South team. Like if you compile everybody on the South and took the, you know what I'm saying, the best, you know what I'm saying? That's who you would come up with out of all 14.
So why didn't I hear Levante David or Antoine Winfield or Jamel Dean?
Well, this was what computer. This list, I can tell you, is compiled of last year's players because they had Matt Judon on
not
there.
this year. Yeah, not this year because you ain't did nothing this year. This
I
year
guarantee this. I will tell you this that list will be different next year. I do have confidence in that it'll be different.
Again, why didn't I hear Levante David and Jamel Dean?
Well, maybe Levante David, but
linebackers.
No, Levante David did make it. Levante David did make it.
Okay.
Jamel Dean?
Okay.
No, not Jamel Dean. Jamel Dean
Why
didn't
not?
make it.
They had your other guy. They had your other guy at cornerback.
Zion McCollum is our best corner. Yeah, he is our best corner.
He must be heard the part where Goat say this ain't Goat list. This is the other people list.
No, I
CBS
know.
list.
I understand. But what
I
I'm
don't think
saying
Jamel Dean is better than.
That's who you should be asking no question to.
You saying Jamel Dean is better than motherfucking J.C. Horn because that's the
what
other
he's
corner.
saying.
That's
No,
pretty much
fuck
it.
no, bro. Hell no.
And he's not better than AJ Terrell.
All the damn Bucks gonna make the team. All the Bucks ain't gonna make the team. This compiled the whole NFC South.
So this is the problem I have because you just said the problem. All the Bucks aren't gonna make the team. Why? Because then no one would like the list. But if you're real about it,
that's mighty magnanimous of you.
Here we go with this shit right here.
So you in the
I knew as soon as he come back, he'd start talking that crazy shit, man.
Well. Player for player.
Fuck on with that stupid shit, man.
Player for player.
Question: do you know
safety position is the same? I mean, to say Dean is better than Horn, and Davis is better than any linebacker in NFC South. And the safety is the best. And Winfield's one of the top players in the league, so it's biased as hell.
It's not biased. Hold on. Let me speak. It's not biased at all. It's not biased at all. Let's listen to the facts, right? Let's listen to the facts.
I die on that hill.
Okay, well, let's listen to the facts. Antoine Winfield, Jesse Bates, game over. That's it. There's nothing else to be said, right? Zion McCollum is on the list. Now, I personally agree. Zion McCollum is the best corner in the South, is the best corner on my team. But if you look at PFF, guess who the best corner in the South is? Jamel Dean.
That's what I said, brother. The Tampa Bay got the best team. They got the best players.
So you can say
PFF,
it's biased.
If you look at PFF, Mike Hughes might be the best corner in the NFC South, but he is our number 2. So you gotta look at your ones versus your. To me, your ones versus your ones, your twos versus your twos.
And with the case of the Panthers, you have to take it with a grain of salt because J.C. Horn was dealing with a lot of 3 and fucking outs and short fields and shit, and them stats is kind of skewed when it comes to him. No, you didn't. You just didn't listen to what the fuck I just said.
They don't want to
You
hear
just didn't listen.
There's
Short field. We went on 3 and outs probably more than most of the league. He was right back on the field.
What does 3 and outs have to do with him?
He has to. He has to guard.
Sound like an excuse to me. Sound like an excuse to me.
Excuse. That's why we was tops in the league in defense yards because
that means he's on the field a lot more, and his percentages go down.
No, you got to listen. If you look at the stats, the other team didn't have as much to go to score a touchdown on our team. That's why them defensive stats was so low, and people thought we was high and better than what we really was.
Let me tell you.
That's the fact. That's the fact.
Let me tell you what J.C.
Well, what about our run defense then?
Hold on. No. Let me tell you what J.C. Horn gets the benefit of.
That's different.
Let me tell you what J.C. Horn gets the benefit of, right? J.C. Horn gets the benefit of nobody else around him can ball.
What?
That nobody else around him can ball.
Okay.
So I guess he don't have to
because he's on. Hold on. He's on
best
one
wide
side. He's on one.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting this nigga last word.
He's on one
I
side.
agree with him, y'all. I have to agree with him.
Hey, I gotta kind of agree with him for real.
Yes, he's on one side of the field and he doesn't follow the number 1 wide receiver. You know what? Every team is
okay. Hold up, Pewter.
Your best receiver on some other trash dude and get easy stuff.
Why wouldn't you take your best corner and have him traveling?
And you can shut down and you can shut down one half of the field.
Kendall, you're making excuses, brother. You're making excuses.
Dude, you gotta understand.
There's a reason why you don't
It's a game of chess. It's a game of chess.
J.C. Horn is not that good. He's not that good, brother. He can't do it, brother. He can't do
all the time. J.C. Horn and Derek Brown are y'all golden cows. And if you mention their names, you're gonna get a fight across Panther Nation.
And Red, what they don't understand is J.C. Horn not traveling with the best receiver is sometimes an advantage because he's on the other side. That quarterback's not throwing that way. You can scheme your defense to go to the other side of the field. It's locked down.
Justin Herbert threw that way twice and got touchdowns on him.
Y'all might be surprised to find this, but does anybody know how many touchdowns?
Every corner has touchdowns thrown on him.
That's the reason why.
No, sir, brother Kendall. No, sir. No, sir, brother.
Leo,
no, sir.
This is a game of chess, man.
No, sir. He's not that good, baby. No, sir.
That's your opinion, Leo. That's strictly your opinion.
Well, Q, the PFF says something different, brother.
Yeah, I understand.
It's not the holy grail. You know that, right?
If they were that Horn to shut down Mike Evans, why not just put him on Mike Evans and shut him down?
Because I guarantee
because he can't do it, brother. Because he can't do it.
I guarantee all y'all can go back all the years and look at all the PFF preseason first teams, and that shit didn't end that way.
How many corners is there in the league right now? In the league, AFC and NFC, that can shut down Mike Evans.
Hey, these niggas fight you about J.C. Horn. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right now.
They can't. They can't. Listen, hold on. Red
how many cutting out Mike Evans? Mike Evans got Hall of Fame numbers right now. So who's shutting Mike Evans down?
I hear you.
They gonna fight you about
Definitely ain't nobody on the Panthers, but he loves us.
They have the right to fight me again. They have the right to fight me when it comes to J.C. Horn and Brown. I get it. J.C. Horn looks like a very good prospect. Now, to say that
did not call him a prospect, for real.
To say we know what he is crazy.
See how
because
he disrespect that man. He made a fucking Pro Bowl and you gonna call him a prospect. That's disrespect.
That's disrespect, man. Come on.
That's shit right now, boy.
We gonna usher your ass right up out of here.
So you rather me? Hold on. You rather me?
Let's get you the fuck out of here.
You rather me say that he's just not good?
You on the wrong side of town anyway, nigga.
You can meet us in the middle, guys.
He's the wrong side of town.
I did. That is meeting in the middle.
Side of town,
I'm not saying he's bad.
You gonna come up here talking that crazy shit today?
Prospect is kind of
disrespectful in front of me. Is what you want to do.
What do you mean by prospect?
Prospect.
That man been in the league
like he a 1 year, 2 year guy. Like he just went around the air.
he's hurt every year. It ain't like he got a lot of tape on him.
He a
He's
practice
hurt.
squad
That's the
player.
case. He made a
That's
Pro
a
Bowl
prospect.
after being hurt every year.
Hey, Tampa Bay, real quick, brother. If JC get hurt this year, he gonna suffer the same
Man.
fate that Zaire Alexander did. Just watch. They're gonna cut his ass next year.
Okay, Leo, but
That's what I'm
will you
saying.
agree
We
with
acting
me,
like we
Leo?
know that he's
Leo,
been
will
through a
you
whole
agree with
season.
me
Like,
that JC
come on,
Horn ain't no prospect? Will you agree with me with that at least?
He ain't no
He ain't no prospect.
I can't say he is or he ain't because he ain't shown
He's a
enough on the
fucking
field.
veteran.
He played 1
You
year.
being
He just played 1
disingenuous,
year.
sir. Stop it.
Pewter might,
Stop it.
hey, RTP may just not have had the right
Being
words,
disingenuous.
but I don't think he meant him as a
First of
prospect.
all, a prospect, a
Oh,
1
shit.
through 3 year 3 player is a prospect. If you don't know what he is,
Really?
No,
This is
a
the first time I
prospect is
heard
somebody
this.
who is
because
unproven.
you don't.
See, you
I'm
don't know
telling
what
you
you're
my
talking about.
definition. Then I'm telling you my
That's your
definition.
definition.
When I say
Then you
prospect.
keep that in your
Alright.
little ignorant ass
Because
book. Then
when
you
I'm
keep that
saying
over there. Nobody asked you
prospect,
for your definition.
hold on, I'm
Prospect is
telling
an
you.
unproven commodity. He is
Yes,
proven. He made a Pro
yes.
Bowl. So stop
Yaya
that shit.
Diaby is a prospect
Stop
right
it.
now.
He made a
only
Pro
been
Bowl.
out for
Is a
3 years
prospect
though.
He
right
made a
now.
Pro Bowl, nigga.
I don't care about me. Pro
Oh,
Bowl
wow.
is a fan. We know what Pro Bowl
Nah,
is.
that's not the fan
Come
stuff.
on,
He
man.
had
Really?
it.
Oh my
Now,
God.
It's
when
not
you on
for
the
the
fan
fans.
list
I mean,
now,
he
you gotta really
got
ball
voted
out to
in.
make it.
He got
Stop that,
voted in
boy.
by his
Stop it.
peers. He got voted in
Stop
by
it.
his peers and the
Listen, if
coaches.
you
Y'all
don't
know,
Go ahead.
Right,
understand,
right,
Let's
right.
go ahead and get your
Pro
last
Bowl
know what
is,
I
words.
think
bro.
is Pro Bowl.
Come on,
Y'all know
man.
what
What's
I
your
think
last
is
See,
Pro
words?
Leo,
Bowl
you
numbers.
even
And that's
getting
what
over
I
that
know.
BS.
Just say
The Panthers
he overrated,
represent.
brother. Just say
Come on with
Tampa
your
Bay.
last
Just say he
words.
overrated,
Yeah,
and his
yeah,
season long.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Just say
say
he
he's
overrated.
overrated because I
I can
think he
I
can
can
be
do that.
good. I'm not gonna say he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated. I just don't
But
think.
if he ain't overrated, he ain't no prospect then.
You see, this is why I can't take
Again,
this dude
this
serious
is
because he be saying shit like
no,
this.
Cause he
no.
rated
Again,
pretty
this is
high.
like
And you said he ain't
when
overrated, but yet you still say
Next
he a
time I throw your
prospect.
ass up
no.
out of here,
This
you
is
ain't gonna
like
weasel your way back up in you.
This is
this is like
hilarious.
when I told people
Give him
about
some
game
grace, Q.
managers
Give
and
him some grace, Q.
I don't know where the fuck
game
he be
manager
coming
like
from
it's
out
a
of left
bad
field
thing.
with this shit.
Game
A
managing
highly
is not a
rated,
bad thing,
underrated
bro.
player is a prospect. Okay.
No,
All
a
right.
prospect is a player that you think could be something. You don't
I'm
know
about to
what he
Google
is yet.
prospect because I may be wrong.
Man,
You might be wrong. Let
don't
me
you
Google
rack
this
your
shit.
brain on
When
that
they're
shit,
in the
man. That boy they
draft,
talking crazy.
when they're in the draft, what do they call them?
And give this nigga the
Prospects, right?
It's not the
definition of a
draft though, brother.
prospect
It's not the draft
because
though.
Q,
you
I
just
don't think nobody
Understand,
can
Motherfucker was a
piss
but you
y'all
4-year
off
can't
like
say
Q,
he
veteran.
though.
know
He in
what
his
he
fourth
is
year.
yet.
What you talking about?
Oh,
I
I
think
got it.
nobody can piss y'all off like Q,
This
the
man a
boy.
4-year veteran.
Yeah, you can't say prospect. You just say you're unproven. That's all.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
he's
And
unproven.
yeah,
He's
okay.
How the hell is he
he's
unproven? Once
unproven.
And
again,
that's a stretch too, but it's better than
But yeah,
prospect. We
that is
moving
because he played one. He played a full year
One
last
full
year. Did he play
season.
a
That's
full year
right.
last
along.
year?
oh
He
Yeah,
yeah,
did,
okay.
he
yes he
did.
did. He
Yeah.
missed
He
one
didn't
game,
play.
2
He
I
games.
missed the
personally
last
think
game.
he's
I can. I
unproven.
mean, he got the Pro Bowl. I
God
don't think he
damn,
deserved
Leo.
it, but I mean, it is what it is.
He
I
don't
think he
deserve
missed
it.
the last game though.
Nah,
I
but
don't know,
Not
J.C.
Leo.
Horn is
consistent.
not a top. He's not a top
All right,
ten
we can get
corner in
your
the
last word
NFL, man.
too.
Hey, you gotta be
Well,
the
I
last
hush
word, but
now.
he's not a top 10 cornerback, brother. There's 10 of them better than him, brother.
You
I
go ahead
shut
and get
up.
that motherfucker in. Go ahead.
I shut the hell up.
I can get it
I
in.
know. I know what happened when
Go
you
ahead and get
start
it
talking
in.
about. I know what happened
I'm gonna
when you
usher your
start
ass
talking
up
about
out of
the
here.
beautiful JC Horn. I know. Leo, I told you now these niggas to fight your ass about it. And by the way, let me say this. I think
Yeah.
that RTP deserved a trophy for being able to piss everybody off the most.
Man, because
They
it
just
just
don't
he
like
come
the
on
words
here
I use.
talking
But
that
if they listen
crazy
to me, I'm
shit,
not
man.
saying
Nobody
nothing
want to hear that.
crazy.
You
You
know
can't
what? I
bring
think
your
that's
ass
the
on my
problem.
side of
The
Mexico
wrong
talking
choice of
that crazy
words.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
the word prospect.
I think that's
It's
that's
definitely
the
the wrong choice
problem.
of word.
Q
Because if
getting
I would have
racist
called
in this
Baker Mayfield
motherfucker.
a little kid or a scrub or something, that he'd have got upset. Oh, you gotta
Q,
call me my respect.
Q, Baker Mayfield, the top
That's not
quarterback in
even
the
a.
NFL.
That's not
He
even
I
damn
don't
sure
give a
right
fuck what
about
he
it.
is. I'm just talking about just in
If
general.
if
When you
this
when
guy
you
had
use the
He's
said
word,
proven.
Baker,
He's
if you
proven.
use the word, if you say
put some respect on that man's
Baker
name.
Mayfield, if you say Baker Mayfield a journeyman quarterback, Baker Mayfield, he's
He,
Yeah,
been with 4 different
He'd have
teams,
got
yeah.
but
mad.
so
that's a
about to
fact
call him
though.
a fucking
That's a fact
journeyman.
No,
though,
He'd have got
Kendall.
mad
no,
That's
though.
a
Yeah,
fact.
no.
Like it or not.
What if I call him a fucking friend?
Hold on, go.
Remember, he used to say, "Big,
but if I was
big,
crazy
big."
about my quarterback, right? If I was one of these fans that was crazy about my quarterback, right? I would be. You would probably think that pissed me off. They'd be like, "Oh, he's not a journeyman, right?" Like it sounds like you downplaying him. But it's the truth. He's a journeyman. That's the definition of a journeyman.
Yeah, but the journeyman led the NFL 2 years ago in touchdowns too.
But the point is, too many fans get mad at a word that has a bad meaning to it Yeah, exactly. And it really isn't. If you're using it right, it really isn't. Saying the
So you
quarterback is
telling
a
me you
game
didn't mean
manager
to use that in a
sounds
term
bad,
as
but
a
it's really
disrespect?
not.
You
No,
did that on
bro.
purpose.
RTP,
You
I'm
know what you're
encouraging
doing.
you to let this go, brother. Cause
No, no,
You
no.
did that on purpose.
No,
RTP,
again,
You think
can't
we
talk about
stupid
Jesse
because we
Horn,
from the
RTP. I
South?
tried to warn
I'm
you.
not. Again, I've
He think we
explained
stupid
this,
because we from the South and he from up there in Vegas and whatnot. He think
bro.
nobody don't got no sense but him.
Listen
But
to
it's
me.
okay.
I've explained this
You bring
several
your ass over
times,
here
bro.
across this border. You better
I
watch
have,
what you say. I didn't tell
I
you
have
that.
no. Listen, I have
That's
no.
why you
Look,
got thrown out last time.
I come
You
from the
know
hill
what
Watch
they
your
of
say?
fucking
faith,
The
bro.
mouth.
West
I
Coast
have
is the
no
best
problem
coast.
talking shit. If I'm gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit. I don't have to do it
Yeah,
subliminally
talking shit.
or
Yeah, talking
backslide
shit.
or do it from a
Yeah.
back door or
Don't
something.
half-ass talking
You
shit.
gotta just
Be a
listen
full
to what
talking
I'm
shit ass
saying.
nigga.
I'm just saying, if I'm saying something, listen to the words I'm using. I mean those exact words. I'm not trying to, he's trying to low key hate on us. No. If I think he sucks, I'm gonna say he sucks. I'm using the words exactly how I mean. I
That's
think
like you
he's a
calling
good
a black man
prospect.
a boy. That's like the
Oh
same level of
shit!
calling a black man a boy.
Oh shit! Oh
So
shit!
see, that's why I tell you,
If
choose your fucking words.
if you
Choose
are
them very
Oh
wisely.
shit!
if you a black man and you're not
Be
All
careful!
right.
Be careful! Be
in your
careful!
20s,
Be careful,
You better
RTP!
tread
boy,
carefully.
RTP! I'm trying to stop you.
like,
Be careful!
bro, what I'm
God
trying to
damn!
say is I'm using my words that I'm using for a reason. He's trying to act like I'm trying to
Okay.
use it
Well,
for
But you
RTP,
can't say
don't you?
J.C. Horn a prospect though, sir. Let's leave that alone. He's not a
He's
prospect. He didn't
not a
leave.
prospect,
So
and
I
that's
left
that's the
the,
it alone.
disrespectful
I
part
said,
that I'm
okay, if
telling
you
you
guys
about.
want to say that he's unproven, then he's unproven. Personally, if I'm a Panther fan, I'm taking that more as disrespect.
Goddamn
He's
RTP!
unproven. That's
Goddamn
what
Okay.
RTP!
he
hey,
only
All
had
right.
one good.
that's
He
Y'all,
how
only
y'all,
you
y'all,
guys
he
y'all,
hasn't
argue.
played a full
That's
season
how
too
you
y'all
guys
let
long.
me,
work.
y'all let me read the
They
money. Y'all
gonna
let me
go.
read the money. I got $1.99 from SCS Panther Boy. He says JC didn't travel because Ejiro, meaning EJ, didn't believe in the rest of the defense. And that
There
is
you go.
correct.
That should be the opposite.
Hey,
That don't make
hey,
sense.
can I tell y'all
That makes no
something?
sense.
Can I
Yeah, it
tell
should be
y'all
the
something
opposite
that
way.
I went back and
How
looked
that
at?
make no sense though,
If
Leo?
you if you
That
Hey,
that
don't
that that that
if
that
you
that's
don't
not
believe in the
logical
rest
right
of the
there.
defense,
In the
if you don't
scheme, he uses that man to lock down one side of the field.
But he was
That's the
Phil.
reason why
Phil
Mike
he was
Jackson.
locking down
That's the reason
Kendall.
why Mike Jackson didn't get exposed though, Leo.
that doesn't make
Kendall, what side
sense,
of the field he was locking
especially
down?
against the
Why
What
was
side
Bucks.
Mike
of the field he was
Jackson
locking
10
down?
yards off the ball? Because he
Listen,
got burnt.
I've said this a lot of times. After Mike Evans' second year, every time we play a team, the game plan is to stop Mike Evans. It's always been stop Mike Evans. Now, I do agree. Some teams will put their best player on Mike Evans and do everything else with everybody else. Some people will shade the defense towards Mike Evans and put their best player on somebody else. It depends on how you want to do it. The point is, your job, everybody's job is always stop Mike Evans first. We never had a run game. Sometimes we have a number two, sometimes we don't, but it's always stop Mike Evans. It don't make sense if you don't believe in the rest of your defense to leave the rest of your defense to stop Mike Evans and
right.
use J.C. Horn to stop people that we're not throwing to unless it's the second, third, or fourth progression. You're going to want to stop Mike
Goddamn,
Evans
Leo.
first.
What's up, Leo?
What's up, brother?
What's happening, brother?
Oh, so I did that by accident.
No, you all right, my brother. Leo got that wise man beard on there. Check him out.
Shit long as hell.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Let me go on and get off of
But
that. My bad, y'all.
You all right, bro. Leo,
but
I
you
don't
all
know how
right.
the hell they
but
have it. I guess it must have been my
back
turn
at you.
there.
But
Yeah,
back
it
at you.
was.
This right here though, Pewter. We lost so many pieces on our defense. And the thing, like I said earlier in my opening statement, we're still trying to because today, if y'all didn't hear me, the Carolina Panthers had rumors of them trying to get Mark Andrews from the Baltimore Ravens.
Do you think that's a wise move, Go?
No, Red, because you hear me say don't get. Now we were gonna give up a third or a fourth. You giving up
Mm-hmm.
dragon eggs for a 30-year-old tight end.
An
And
old
Right,
man.
right.
you're still trying to allocate more resources to this offense who is
That's
not
the
gonna move
thing.
the needle with no motherfucking Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Dan Morgan. Them they gonna get them fired, man.
That's
Trying
gonna
to
get
do
him
all
fired,
that shit
Leo.
for little man. Yo,
For
that's gonna get
Bryce.
them fired.
Yep. Yep.
That's gonna
Yep.
get them
Yep.
fired, man.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's crazy, man.
And a third rounder, Leo. And a third rounder.
Like third rounders don't become starters and shit. That's crazy.
Right.
They gonna get his ass fired, man. I don't know what it is, man, but it's got to be the owner telling him to do shit like that, man. Because Dan Morgan, the defensive player, he know goddamn well you can't get this little sorry motherfucker all this shit, man. It's got to be the owner telling him to do that shit, man.
Yeah, I thought that same thing when I watched that clip that y'all had from the, y'all's war room from the draft, man. I know the overriding sentiment was that Morgan was just as excited and happy to draft that boy Ted. I didn't see that. I didn't see that excitement on his face.
That should have been really entertaining. That Los Angeles trade to get more pieces, or we should
And
have
move
drafted
back.
the defensive player
Yeah.
off one, because this draft here was so loaded with defensive players that if you look and really see, a lot of offensive players didn't start coming off the board until the end of the third and the fourth round. And these was graded first round or second round, not coming out to the third and fourth round. But the defense side of the draft was so stacked that they kept getting pushed down.
And go, I don't know how many people didn't pick up on this, but I was able to see it myself, and just curious as to what y'all's thoughts are. It sounded to me like they were waiting on what happened ahead of y'all in the draft to see, and obviously, as rumors had been, and the fact that Jalen Walker was still there, they didn't go with him. To me, what I really thought they were looking at was Mason Graham, and when his domino fell, they were like, okay, now we know where we want to go. That's when they entertained the Rams call, and when they felt like they couldn't get the value, they said, okay, well, go ahead and get the receiver for him.
Well, you know what I read, but see, you read that into there, but this is what I read into it. So it's almost similar to what you're saying. I read that they was thinking that team, that Cleveland team, or either the Jaguars team was going to pick Tech McMillan, not so much as
Okay, I can see that too.
Graham.
Yes, yeah.
So once they did pick Mason Graham, it was like, oh shit, that's one of the only teams that we had would be standing in our way of Tech McMillan.
Getting the receiver. Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree.
Not that, oh shit, they picked Mason Graham, so now we're going Tech McMillan. It was they picked Mason Graham, we're gonna get our
now
guy.
Ted is there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But as player for player, Tech McMillan wasn't a better player in college football than Jalen Walker.
No,
he wasn't.
Especially on the team and on the team. But Leo, this is what I'm looking at right here, Leo. And people told me I was crazy. You go get the defensive tackle, and you go get the run stopping defensive tackle, which was Kenneth Grant. On a team that this right here, and this is the numbers. This is not Ghost number. Once again, we had 3,054 yards put up on us on the fucking ground.
You need to do something about that.
You know who the next team was? The New Orleans Saints with 24 something. So that's damn near 1,000 yards.
That's 1,000 yards. That's crazy.
That's 1,000 motherfucking yards between you and the next motherfucker, and you finish dead last. Historically the worst. But you go pick a wide receiver.
That guarantee. I guess if that shit don't work out this year, you best believe it's gonna be some second guessing.
And we said that, Leo, you don't remember we said this before last year? It's a 3 year thing. Get your shit together, and we're doing that. If Bryce don't work out, we're still straight. We still straight. Y'all don't understand it. We'll just go get a
team might be all right, but
yeah, the team. I'm not thinking about Bryce. If it don't work out, he can kick fucking rocks.
So my
I'm talking about the coach and the GM too.
So you don't believe in that either? Okay, I'm thinking
about that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking. Because you don't take, if you got the worst team in the defensive in the NFL, the first player you draft is offense. Like that man, that's not even.
But how about if you think in the long game though?
Yeah, I want to say about your guys' draft, because my opinion about your guys' draft is, and again, I'm not trying to backhand you or whatever you guys think that's called or whatever. I don't mind your guys' draft at all. don't think you guys could have went wrong with anything. Like you need players. You got what you thought was the best player and available, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think the draft is anything you guys need to really pick on or like dissect because you need players.
If Tampa Bay had the worst defense last year in NFL history,
I
how would
get
you
it.
feel? No, I'm asking you though. How would you
Yeah,
feel if they drafted a wide receiver, number
well,
one?
I mean, we kind of was in the same boat if you think about it, because Buck fans all Buck fans thought we were going defensive end first round because we don't have that edge, that one edge guy, and that's
You
our
should have.
right.
Everybody in the
But
NFC South should have.
but
Everybody.
but what did we do? We pretty much did the same thing you guys did. And when you think about it, it was kind of a smart move because
That's right. Y'all drafted Booker. Y'all gonna regret that. Y'all gonna regret that.
We
That
did the
Booker
same thing you guys
y'all
did.
gonna regret that.
But when you think about it, it's not a bad decision because the way that draft fell and the way that draft was, we kind of Bucks and you guys kind of went offense early, got that out the way because there's not that many offensive pieces, and there was still a lot of really decent defensive players, and we went defense late like you guys did. So
but this was a defensive draft, though.
Yes, exactly. Which is why I'm again, a lot of Buck fans, including myself, was like, why didn't we get a defensive end? But after everything settled down and I saw the pieces that we got and everything, you're like, you know what? They kind of had the right game plan. They kind of had the right.
Y'all could live to regret not taking James Pierce Jr. though, man. Y'all could live to regret that.
Well, I wasn't expecting us to take him either. Anyways, because of the attitude situation and Jason Light.
That's bull crap. That's bull crap because y'all fucked up like the Panthers did. Because y'all should have drafted that dude. Y'all fucked around and drafted a slow ass wide receiver, and y'all gonna live to fucking regret it.
I wanted Donovan
Ezeraku.
That's what I wanted. I wanted him, or I wanted Jihad Campbell so bad. Oh, I wanted Jihad Campbell.
And the Eagles again loaded up.
Yes.
And they laughing their ass off because they laughing at teams like these teams who just let them slide down the draft order.
But again, I understand. I never thought we were going to get James, for sure. I never thought we were going to get James. But I understand, again, the way they did it, I was like, all right, they played the draft smart. They didn't allow the need to make them go with someone that they didn't want to, they didn't see was the best player on the board at the time. So
I tell all our guys over here, right here, if they look at the 4 players that should have been a Panther coming out of that draft, should have been Kenneth Grant, Mikael Williams, James Pierce Jr., or Jihad Campbell. Those are the 4 guys who should have been drafted.
Yeah, but it's not like you didn't need a number 1 wide receiver as well, though. You know what I'm saying?
No. What you mean a number 1 wide receiver? The quarterback averaging 178 yards per game. That's not because of the wide receiver.
That's why I say the long game. If this guy's not here, this team got the table set for somebody.
Right.
No, but brother, you're right though. But the thing about it is, the team gonna win no more than 5 to 6 games. The general manager, you could have drafted one of the best players in college football.
But Leo, in my defense, if it don't work out, we get a quarterback in the top 5, 6, and we got our receiver, and we got 2 good defensive ends in the last year. They got a year under their belt. That's how I look at it.
You got to build the team with a plan and build it right.
Full circle to what Goats premise of the
no, they're actually building the team right.
The fuck is that noise?
Oh
shit, Ronnie.
Ain't no wishing on the star. These niggas wishing on the star.
No. If you got a Bryce jersey on, your ass wishing on the star, Ronnie.
These motherfuckers wishing.
BJ and Leo.
Hey, Ronnie, do something for me,
Ronnie. These niggas wishing before they even see what the damn
Hold on, Ronnie. I'm gonna give you a fact. That same guy that you went and got a number 1 receiver for is ranked 20.
Wishing on the star.
20 in the league now. So how do you go up from 20 to, like I said, at least the bubble position at 16? You tell me that then.
What I said
I'm
earlier.
wishing on a dream.
Dave
Go,
Canales, that's
you
running
tell.
answer.
So this what you telling me, go? You saying since they ranked Bryce or the team, I'm not sure which one you looking at. Number 20.
Right.
How the fuck we gonna have a number one wide receiver and maximize a number one wide receiver with a 20 ranked quarterback? Is that what you saying?
That's the question.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the question. Now,
Okay.
And then also get me up there to a playoff position ranked. So he's got to at least be ranked 16.
Okay,
16
go.
from 20.
Answer this question for me. Where was he ranked year one? Where was he ranked year one?
34.
Oh, so he jumped up 14 spots in year two.
But
Ronnie,
you didn't answer his question though, brother. You can't answer a question. But why you answer his question though?
It, but there's a preparation to answering the question, and the preparation is you're asking me if you're ranked 20, how can you get a projected number one wide receiver out of the draft and maximize his talent as the number one receiver in the draft, right?
With 20 ranked quarterback.
Yeah, with a 20 ranked quarterback that was ranked 34 or 32 or 31 before year two, right? Came after year one, ranked number 31.
Now we're okay. Since you want to put all that shit in it, all this preparation you talking about, you had to go get him. You had to go spend the fucking world to go get a line, the highest ranked paid offensive line in the league, and then your running back had to break over 1,000 yards. Then you go back again and dip and get another 1,000-yard running back.
Well,
that's what got him from there to there.
You've explained improvement. You've spoken improvement every year.
Not him though. It ain't him.
We didn't have a running back. We didn't have a running back game when Bryce first got here. We had Chuba and possibly Miles Sanders, hoping that he could be Miles Sanders of the Eagles. We didn't have an offensive line. We didn't have an offensive line when Bryce got here. Now we look like we got an offensive line.
Brownie, boy.
What are you saying?
You gotta let the pieces come together, go. Let the pieces evolve.
Ronnie, you in the cult, ain't you? You in the cult.
I'm just saying.
Free Ronnie. Somebody free Ronnie. Ronnie's in the cult.
You can't just draft.
He don't want to be free. He don't want to be free.
Let the pieces evolve, man.
Let's
You
say
invested in the pieces.
Hold on. Let's say you're the Panthers GM, right? It's like, okay, we know we need this defensive end. Pierce is right there, but I feel like he's not gonna pan out in the NFL because of this or that, right? Let's just say he just sees something that he doesn't think is gonna pan out. Do you think he should still pick him because he needs a defensive end, or should he pick that wide receiver that he thinks is gonna be a superstar in the NFL?
A superstar tall slot receiver, a tall slot receiver that can't get separation on the outside.
Your strength, bro. That's what I'm asking. What's the strength of the team right now?
A tall slot receiver.
They might see an outside receiver.
This is why we don't talk.
Nah, he did most of his work. He did most of his work. He did most of his work on the slot.
What did I say now?
Get a fucking receiver when you know you need an impact player all around the team on defense.
But
look, the receiver was not the best
everywhere though. You need a player everywhere.
But you don't need a receiver first. You need to get edge. See, getting to the quarterback is going to be top priority. It impacts games faster than it is catching a touchdown from.
Q, you said the word. You said the word, Q. Impact. I don't care what side of the ball you get. You need an impact player on both sides of the ball.
If your quarterback is barely giving you an output of 170
I want to hear that,
180 yards,
he improved from year one to year two. Q.
Yeah, they don't want to hit. It's the truth, though. It's the truth, though. It's the truth, though.
I mean,
Q. If the impact player was so good, if the impact player was so dominant on the opposite side of the ball, check this out real quick. If the impact player on the opposite side of the ball was so coveted, why the Bengals ain't make the playoffs last year?
I'm say
Hey,
this.
no, bro. Just do me a favor, bro. Answer that
Okay,
question
for
for
the
me.
defense.
If the offense, okay, so what that tells you, it don't matter what you
Them
got on
boys
the
had
offside of the ball.
everything.
If the
I'm gonna,
defense
Them boys
can't
had
do
I
nothing.
wanna,
everything over there.
I wanna say this, and I wanna again. There's no hidden message. I'm just being dead ass honest, bro. Right now, the only thing your GM and your head coach should be focused on is finding out what you have in Bryce. If you're saying that Bryce is only throwing this amount of yards so he ain't shit, well,
Well, that's
let
what
me
they
make
doing.
sure
That's what
before
they
that
doing.
contract is up that I
That's
do
what
give
they
him a
doing.
Exactly what.
real number one
That's
so I
exactly
know
what I'm
for
doing.
sure that I can throw him away or for sure that he is the
Yeah,
guy. Let me
yeah.
I
make
can
That's
sure
what
tell
I
you
they
Just
know
from
I
throw
doing.
that
gave him
nigga
a
now
away
real
after
for
number
year
one.
sure to
one.
throw his ass
He
away.
March
was
man in
terrible.
2026. That's all I'm saying.
I want to throw him away. I
I
wanted to
know
throw him away
I
last year
get it.
for
I get
sure.
it. But I'm saying as a GM, bro, you need an impact player a player on both
Man.
sides. We all agree with that. But let me get the impact player that's going to show me
Yeah.
this year, so I don't have to waste any more years on
Well,
Bryce.
look,
Show
this
me
is
if
what I
Bryce
just
can
told you.
really show me
So
something or
would
not.
you
This is what
take
I
would you
just told
take
you.
Bryce Young as your quarterback right now and
No,
waste 3 to
no,
5
no,
years on
I
him?
wouldn't. If I
No,
had to make
Okay,
a
so
choice
what you,
on Bryce, I
what we
would say
talking
no.
about then? We
Because you're
talking about
asking me.
nothing.
No, because you're asking me if I had to make the choice right now. Your guys don't have to make the choice right now. You still got years on Bryce, so you have to
I'm
find
taking him.
out.
Like
You got
hell.
Hey, Q, he won't
We
say
know
that for
Bring
you
his
the
are.
own. Hey, Q,
organization,
Q.
dog.
If he had Bryce Young as his quarterback, he wouldn't be saying all this shit.
No,
I'm
he would be
taking him.
he would be crazy right now.
I'm taking him. How about that?
Oh,
Since
we
don't
know
Yeah,
nobody,
that.
he was on this one.
we know that.
I'm
We know
taking.
that. We
I'm
know
taking.
hold
that.
on. Let's
Yeah,
Hey,
run.
Ronnie,
you
you
know
answer.
what? My first year, I wouldn't have had Frank Wright
I
as the
got you,
coach.
TP.
Didn't
That's
I
why.
didn't I say the same thing with you and Fitter?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
everybody
You
was
did.
laughing at you getting Ritter and Shiny, what did I say? You have to find out who Ritter is, bro. You have to.
Yeah. Ronnie, you killing the show with that with
Would
whatever
not
the
be
fuck
my
you were
coach
doing,
year
Ronnie.
one with Bryce Young. So
Somebody got a
You killing
lot
the
of
show.
noise. Y'all gonna have to fix that, bro.
Yeah, somebody
Y'all gonna really
somebody
have to
got a
fix
lot of
that noise.
somebody got a lot of
I
noise
think
in the
that's
background.
Ronnie.
I'm taking them. How about that? How about that? First year, I'm taking them because you know why? Frank Wright would
Cause you
not be
like to
my
give
coach
away
first
money.
year.
Cause you like to give away money. We know you
No,
do.
because Frank Wright would not be my coach year one with Bryce Young. How
Oh,
about
there
that?
you go. Here come the excuses. Here come
How
the
about
white
that?
butts.
There's no team, there's no fan base in the NFL that would take Bryce Young
Phil,
as their quarterback right now. Not one.
Oh,
Phil, what
hey,
was
the
the
locker
narrative
room,
when we had
the
Frank
locker
Wright
room
here
will,
and then they started bringing all those
He
other
said
coaches in
locker
here?
room.
What
the
was
locker
the
room
narrative that
will.
they had around here?
They ain't got a
We had
coach.
the
To
Locker
Justice
room
the
ain't
League
got
of
a
the
coach.
coaches.
the
The
We
Avengers
coaches in the
coaching staff.
league, they
we had
would
the
take him.
Avengers of the coaching staff.
Listen,
Mhm.
as a
You see what I'm
I
talking about?
remember it
Andy
well.
Frank was an offensive
Reid would take
guru.
him.
He said the locker
Andy
room.
Reid would take him.
No,
as
he
a
wouldn't.
fan,
What?
I completely get it
As a
how it's
backup,
so
yeah.
easy to make a decision
The
just
hold his
saying, "Oh, I
clipboard, yeah,
don't
and
want him."
Andy Reid would get him to hold his clipboard,
I
yeah.
get
No,
Yeah,
that,
no,
as a
no, no, no,
backup.
but
no,
as a
no, no.
coach or a
As a
GM,
backup.
especially since Bryce showed what he showed, which I'm not saying it means anything, but he showed
But
a
he
little
showed it.
something at the end of the year. As a GM, bro, you have to see if that is
See,
something.
he has an optimistic
When
mind.
they when they
See,
when we
but
played
Yeah.
now
Tampa
they're
Bay, when we
speaking
played
right
Tampa Bay
now.
the last game of the year, when we played Tampa Bay that last game, did Bryce show anything to anybody?
No, I get it.
Damn,
I
Ronnie.
get what you're saying. Yeah,
Nah,
Ronnie
that's
got it.
probably
Oh,
I
okay.
told you he was killing the show. Q.
Yeah, I get. I again, you don't have to convince me to try to make me believe that Bryce is not a good QB. I'm not saying that he. I still stand by. I don't know what he is, but it is pointing towards he's not a good QB. But again, I'm a true believer. Whether it's quarterback, defensive end, whatever it is, I'm a true believer. You have to give a player at least 3 years
3
to
years.
develop.
I
Well,
At
he
agree.
on his
Well,
third
And
well,
we
year.
well. We
don't
He on
on
his
know
third
three.
year
what
right
We
Bryce
now.
on
Young
He on
three.
his
is yet.
third year
That's
We
right
why I
now.
on
say that.
three. We on
He
three.
We
on three
don't
How
know
right
about
now.
what
that?
Bryce Young is yet. So
He on
I
three
don't
right
see.
now.
Yeah, he's on
He on
3,
three right now.
and it would be a shame to go through that year 3 without feeling like you
Man,
actually gave him a number one to
dude,
try to
I'm
see.
be honest with you. What I'm doing right now is looking at all the college quarterbacks and watching the whole season and watching them. I'm
Year
be honest with
three, but year two with Canales.
you. Ronnie,
Don't
Ronnie,
forget that.
save
Don't
yourself
forget
the
that.
heartache.
Year
Join me,
three, but
Ronnie,
year
and
two
looking at
with
the college
Canales.
quarterbacks. Join me,
BJ,
Ronnie.
let me say
Join
something to
me.
Ronnie ass. Now, I know my mic ain't as loud as his, but
Oh yeah.
Ronnie, let me ask you a question. You're so excited about what Bryce did in year 2 under Canales versus year 1. He won 2 more games, 2 whole damn more games under Canales.
Red,
No,
you
Ronnie,
leaving out a lot of details, Red. You leaving out a lot of details,
it's
buddy.
never,
And the
I told
details are
y'all
worse.
it's
I know what
always
you're gonna
yeah,
say. He
but
got
You
benched. That's
leaving out a
worse.
lot of
it's
details,
always yeah,
Red.
That's
but.
worse. That's
It's
worse.
I
always
need
yeah,
you. I
but.
need you to step your research up, Red.
It's
Now
You
you
need
always
know
to do a
yeah,
what
little bit
but.
more
card you're gonna
research.
play.
It's always yeah,
He
but.
got
You didn't say
benched.
shit about the defense until I called out them 2 extra games. So it
Um,
don't matter what a
you
motherfucker say. You gonna always find an excuse for this
you
little
want
bitty
and
motherfucker.
Red. You and your fan base want us to believe after 3 games that Penix is going to take Cousins'
I don't
job.
want you to believe
You
I
did
shit
it
don't.
with
about
I
the
don't think
Bryce.
so.
defense.
Come
I
on,
don't need
So,
you to
man.
believe
You
Red,
shit.
can't do
I
that.
need you to calm it
You
down.
doing it with
I
Bryce.
Look,
don't need you to
You
believe shit, Ronnie. He
you
gonna
did the
show
same
your
shit with
ass.
Bryce.
He
Come
gonna
on,
show your
Ronnie.
ass.
no, it's not the same thing.
Yes,
I've
you
seen
have.
2 years. I've
No,
experienced 2
two,
years of Bryce
two,
Young.
two.
I've experienced a coin
Oh
toss,
yeah, you
a
experienced.
coin
Okay.
toss with Penix. I don't know what Penix is. I don't
Okay.
know what Penix can do.
Okay.
We know
Okay.
That's
we
what
know
you
what
Okay,
do.
Bryce
Hold,
Young
okay.
hold
is
on.
though.
Hold on, y'all. Let me give more statistics on this right here. Now, anybody can sit there and just say that the list that I read out earlier or whatever is bullshit. But it's more compound data and stuff on this. They're saying this right here. This is Bryce Young's prospective numbers for this year. 3,500 yards,
Mm,
20 touchdowns, and as
mm.
long as he's under 10 interceptions.
Here's the funny part,
So
Goat.
what? Hold 1 second, though, Wiley. So what you think about that, Ronnie?
If he's
He
going
like
in
it.
the projection, if he's projected to go in the direction that he's been going since the last, I say, 3 to 5 games of last year, and the preparation going into year 2
Ronnie,
under
Ronnie,
Canales in Canales
Ronnie,
system,
I
nigga,
know this nigga
listen.
is here.
he's going to
Only
at least
question
get
I no,
3,800 yards.
the only question I asked you was what do you think of them
Simply.
predicting numbers?
He don't want
That's
to
it.
answer.
I agree with them. I agree with them.
Okay.
Go. I say
So
that.
you
Oh,
If you want me to just be short and sweet, yeah,
so you saying you good with them numbers?
I'm good with them numbers.
okay.
19 other motherfuckers in the league did them damn numbers. So
Yep.
But
they got
that,
him
but
ranked that number.
You,
Hold
you
on.
done got
They
caught
got
up
him
in the
ranked that.
trick.
that ain't
They
no
got him
trick.
ranked at number 20. That's the what the fuck he's supposed
And
to be. That's
You
what the
got
that's
fuck
caught up
he's
in
the
the
supposed
that's
to be.
the
trick, Ronnie.
floor. If that's the
19
floor,
other
go.
motherfuckers did them
No,
If
that's
goddamn
the
that's
ceiling,
goddamn numbers.
Ronnie.
if that's the floor, oh no, not the ceiling then.
That
No,
Hey,
ain't the
I'm
fucking
I'm
Ronnie.
floor.
expecting that's
That's
the
middle of
floor.
the
Ronnie.
pack. Where that nigga is.
Floor.
Less than middle of the
That's
pack.
the floor.
That's what the fuck is. Mediocre goddamn
He ain't even
quarterback.
middle of the
That's
pack.
who he
Hey,
is. That's
If
Ronnie.
who the
that's
fuck
the
he
if
is.
that's the expectation and he can exceed that, I'm banking
No,
on him
that's what their
exceeding it.
projection.
Ronnie.
That's what
No,
their
Ronnie.
projection for him is, Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Well,
It's not a floor or ceiling. It's a
oh,
Ronnie.
target.
okay.
It's a
Thank you, Red. I
target.
appreciate you explaining that to
Ronnie,
me.
your
No,
true
Okay.
calling is
I was
politics. I can
expecting
tell,
that to
Okay.
boy.
be the
You be
floor.
hell in
Okay.
politics, Ronnie.
Ronnie. I'm
Good
gonna say
boy.
this polite as I can. That was the rookie numbers that I projected based on Baker Mayfield's rookie season. Those exact numbers that they said is what I said. If you go back to those shows, remember Red at the beginning? Same
I'm just gonna
numbers.
let you have it,
He
cause
not
I'm
competing with
surprised
Baker
that you claiming
Mayfield numbers.
that shit that again. But hey,
No,
He
what
not
I'm trying to
competing
say
with
is
Baker Mayfield
we
numbers.
talking about his third year in the league, and we talking about the numbers we
I
said
agree,
2
Riley.
years
I
ago.
agree, Wiley. I agree. I agree.
That's
So basically,
ridiculous.
you saying he ain't done shit the whole time he been in the
Exactly.
NFL.
We just start all new.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, them good numbers. I can
That's who he
roll with
is,
that. Saying
Red.
somebody
That's who he
in
is,
year 3.
Red. That's what
Yep.
you got. A middle of the road quarterback at best. That's the
Yeah.
ceiling, Ronnie,
in his third year.
in his third year.
Getting Baker
And
Mayfield
and
rookie season
see,
numbers.
when you say that you got to get this guy this, and everybody's predicting those type of numbers or whatever, that ain't shit. I can't win with you. I already know this. I don't have to give you 4 and 5 years to find that out. I don't.
Yeah.
And Ronnie a soldier. I'll give you that. That's all I can give you. You a
He
soldier.
love him.
Hey, but seriously, Ronnie,
BJ.
Google it, Ronnie. Google
He's in
Baker's rookie year. You'll see.
He's in the
He's in the
BYC.
same number.
Wait,
He's
so
in the BYC. He in the
Wally's
Bryce
not
Young Cup.
for Bryce anymore?
Oh yeah, Ronnie is definitely in the Bryce Young Cup, RTP. He in the BYC.
Wally?
No,
not
me,
Wally.
no.
Oh, I thought you said Ronnie.
No, Ronnie, not me.
No, Wally.
He got that shit straight. He said, Ronnie, not me.
Hey, Wally. Honestly, to Wally's credit, I give him a hard time. But Wally had dropped that motherfucker about game 3, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I thought. I thought that's what I was like. I remember.
Yeah, Wally left that shit alone.
Yeah, I said it's over.
Yeah.
And I had pretty much. I ain't gonna lie. I pretty much stamped him a bust in the middle of the season too. But again, and I hate that Panther fans go overboard with it. But honestly, those last couple of games, you
played better, man.
He played better. Nobody can deny that. But if he gets Baker's rookie year numbers now, come on, man.
What the fuck, bro? What the hell is it?
What is this? What is this? What is this?
Oh, that's oh Lord. Oh.
He sound like he's sucking somebody's dick.
Boy, get some hydrocortisone, something. Good God.
Wow.
Some rough looking feet, boy.
Yeah, he swallowed too.
I did not expect that, but hey, shit.
That was wild.
Dude, that was not on my bingo card today.
No, it was not mine either.
But I'll tell you what, I ain't finna let this beeper go loud. I promise you that.
Anyway.
How far away are you?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I get y'all don't want Bryce, and as a fan, it's easy to feel like you're just wasting time because you know what he is.
We're not wasting time. I'm a long game player. Most people ain't, but I am. We got Ted. We drafted 2 defensive ends.
Yeah.
One at least will pan out next year in the draft.
Yeah.
There's some decent quarterbacks coming out, and we got our new beginning. There you go.
Right.
But BJ, I'm upset, BJ, when you give up a #1 draft pick, and Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and Drake Mays come out.
Yeah,
and
I understand.
Come up out of that where we made that mistake.
It is what it is.
But go. You got to come to a point after a couple years. You got to put that shit in the past. Put it in the rear view and move forward. This nigga ain't gonna be here long if he do not perform.
Okay, let me say I did that. So say the quarterback be damned out the way. Then you still come back this year right here and pick a weapon for him.
No, you pick a weapon for the team.
Go. In my story, he gone.
You pick a weapon for the team.
We getting another guy in the draft.
You pick that weapon for that boy there. I don't give a fuck.
But that's just to prove the point that he's not the guy.
That's it right there. That's it right there. A lot of y'all know that one of the defensive ends.
There's no excuse now,
right there. No excuses. No excuse. We went in the first round and put all that capital on somebody to help your ass. You still ain't got no better buy.
Man, you got two.
That's the point.
And he's for the next guy.
You bring him in, and now you have no excuse, so you know.
No.
That's the part. That's what they really did, Go. That's what they really did. That's what they really did.
That's what a lot of people.
Him now.
Yeah, they was mad by the defensive end. I was kind of happy because, like, if you don't get it done with this motherfucker, you ain't it. And we can move on, and the next guy can do what he got to do. And then Tech gonna take off because I think Tech gonna be a generational player on our team. Boy,
whomever comes behind Bryce,
I'm glad you said that, BJ. I'm glad you said that. Ted McMillan ends the year with 650 yards. Is that a disappointment?
No, it's not because if his quarterback hindered him, but he had some splash plays where you can just see it.
That's the key.
No,
that's it. That's what I'm looking for from him. I'm not looking for 1,000. I'm not looking for 800. When he gets the opportunity and the ball is put in the place it's supposed to be, when Bryce does it sometimes, but when it done and he get it done, okay, you straight. It's him. You see what I'm saying?
It's a dependent position.
Right.
What you're telling me is this right here. So Ted McMillan with the top 10 quarterbacks on that list, which is Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow,
1,500
Lamar,
yards.
Josh, Jalen,
1,500.
Jalen Daniels, Matthew Stafford,
Oh boy,
Herbert, Goff,
he eating.
and Geno.
He eating.
1,500 yards.
What type of numbers should he have then?
15.
With
Wiley
Bryce?
said 1,500. Wiley said 1,500.
With other quarterbacks? That's your question?
With
That's
them
kind of
top
going
10 that
crazy,
I just
bro.
named.
Oh,
With
I
them
mean,
top 10 that I just named.
easily between 1,000 and 15. Easy.
Okay, but now you just told me with Bryce 650, you okay with?
No, I'm
No, he's
okay with
not.
Ted getting that because I see he has splash plays with another quarterback. He can get that 1,500 I'm talking about
Yeah.
with somebody
So
else.
that quarterback held him back.
And it's an indictment on Bryce more than Ted. That's why I say I'm cool with it because I know this little motherfucker. So he start fucking up and Ted have an off year, but he can show he has the potential. If the damn Panthers can get a quarterback to get him the ball, then I'm straight. That's why I'm saying I can live with that.
Hey, go. What's the average? What's the average years all those top 5 to 10 quarterbacks you name? How long they been in the league? What's the average? Are they veteran savvy? Most of them quarterbacks like 5 years plus.
Yeah,
No.
man. The list kind of
Okay.
You got Lamar.
Jalen
You got
Daniels
fucking.
is a rookie.
Okay, Jalen Daniels. Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
talk about
they're
Jalen
not.
Lamar
Daniels is a rookie.
and Josh
Jalen
Allen.
Daniels is a rookie.
And who?
Josh Allen.
And
Josh
Joe Burrow
Allen.
hit
He
his
been in the
stride.
league
Joe
what,
Burrow,
5 years?
Patrick Mahomes. You can
5
feel
years.
that 5 in with them. You can feel that
5
5
years.
in.
How long Bryce been in the league? How long Bryce been in the league?
CJ Stroud been in there right with Bryce. He came out right with Bryce.
Okay,
Why is
two.
that?
Yeah, there you go. Two quarterbacks. Two quarterbacks. Yeah.
Okay.
So
No,
and you
it's
name
not
how
two.
many other
It's
veterans?
actually not two. It's
Okay,
actually
Ronnie.
not two, Ronnie. Because if you
Two.
talk about Joe Burrow, he hit his stride early
No,
in his second year.
but how long you been in the league? How long you been in the league, Red?
Patrick Mahomes. That's
How long Patrick Mahomes been in the
that's
league, Red?
because they have sustained success.
How long they been in the league, Red? How long
That's
they been in
because
the
they
league,
have
Red?
sustained
You're not
success.
listening,
When
Ronnie.
they
Just
were
tell me.
winning
I
games,
just want you just throw the number out.
Yeah,
Just tell me how long they been in the
You're
league.
not
okay,
listening.
all right, no. I got it, y'all. I got it. They've been in the league 2 years, same as Bryce.
No. Not no Patrick Mahomes. Not no Patrick Mahomes. Not no Lamar Jackson.
Don't play with me.
Not no Josh Allen. No. Top 5 quarterbacks in the league been in the league. What 5, 6, 7 plus years? Okay, yeah. Bryce Young.
That's still no excuse,
Bryce Young
Ronnie.
3.
7 years.
Bryce Young going
That's no
into
excuse,
3rd
Ronnie.
year.
That's no
You got
excuse,
great
Ronnie.
expectations for Bryce.
Ronnie, them
Nah,
boys was there, Ronnie. They was there.
no.
They had
What
the
Ronnie
team there.
did was skew the question. You talking about a
Yeah,
3rd-year
he did.
quarterback? You need
Yeah, he did.
to expand that to
Ronnie
about the
ain't did
15, sir.
Ronnie
You
ain't
need to
did
expand
shit,
that. You
BJ.
need to expand that to 15 to ask a real question. You said top 5. Of course he knocked out. Come on, man.
But you
I'm
don't
just
though, because
saying,
you could
man.
just
Like
look at how those quarterbacks
y'all putting
performed in the
them in the
first 3
group
years.
with highly developed
Exactly,
quarterbacks
Creek,
in the
and that's what
league.
we're talking
Stop
about,
that
Creek.
shit,
But
Ronnie.
Ronnie
So what
Ronnie
you
would
say,
never
Creek
admit
side?
to
Who are
that.
these highly
That
developed
you
quarterbacks
knew
you
you
talking
knew
about?
with these
Hold on, y'all. What you say, Creek side?
I said you don't have to do that because you could just look at how they performed in the first 3 years. Patrick Mahomes was in the Super Bowl, Lamar had an MVP, and Joe Burrow was in the Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes sat out. Patrick Mahomes was on the bench.
It don't matter.
His first
No.
2 years? He said that
No,
1 year.
he came in the last 2 games of his rookie year.
Sat behind Alex Smith. Sat behind Alex Smith, right? Okay.
He wasn't trash.
Sat behind Alex Smith.
Sat behind Alex Smith for how long, though, Ronnie? For how long?
15 games.
I'm just stating the fact that the man had to sit behind a quarterback to learn the system.
That's a different situation, Ronnie. Still, he still
He
got
didn't
Super
learn
Bowl
the
rings.
system.
So what
He
we
didn't
talking
learn
about?
the system on the go. He didn't learn the
Yes, he
system on the
did.
go.
Alex Smith was a damn good quarterback, bro.
Not
If you
Patrick
didn't know that,
Mahomes.
if you didn't know
Not
that,
Patrick.
Alex Smith was a damn good quarterback.
Exactly. Exactly.
Alex Smith was a damn good quarterback. Of
I
course, he
agree.
sat behind Alex Smith
had to
on
sit
his
behind him.
downturn. Of course, he did.
Hey, BJ,
What's wrong
Bryce
with
Young
that?
sat for 5 games last year to learn the system.
Exactly. So what's wrong
So
with that?
that had nothing to do with his development. That's what you pretty much saying.
No,
Like
I'm
him
saying he
sitting
sat for
behind
5
Alex
games last year because he got benched.
That's
you say
different.
when I read.
I said he sat for 5 games last year because he got benched.
Right. In his
That's when he
second
learned how to
year.
play.
In his
That's
second
when he
year
learned
with
how
a
to
new
play.
coach and a new system.
Now, if you
With
get bent in your first year, I can get it, but the second year, that's a little bit of an
second with
indictment
a
to me.
new coach.
Man, fuck all that new coach. You are a football
What do you
player. So fuck
mean?
all that.
Hey,
See,
new
that right
coach,
there is the
new
easy
system.
out for you and the easy excuse with
It
the
ain't
new
an easy
coach.
out. It's
It's still
You
a
know
not
fucking
what?
that.
game of
You know
football,
what?
bro.
Ronnie would have a problem with Bill Belichick and Andy
Oh
Reid.
yeah, because Bill
I would,
Belichick
hey
fucking us
Red,
around.
hey y'all, I would have a problem with him doing this in year 4 or year 5 under Canales. If this is what he's doing, not to say he hasn't gotten better within them 5 years at all. Like we see up and downs, but if
The
it's
ankle
still
is
the
always
same
everybody else.
after year 3 or 4
You
with
don't never
the
make no
same coach
argument
in the same
with what
system.
Bryce got to do better. I ain't heard you say nothing with what a Bryce got to improve on.
I do hope
He
that
ain't gonna
y'all
say it.
have
He ain't gonna say it.
that y'all
He ain't gonna
struggle
say
with
it.
Bryce
It's
and
always everybody else.
and take
He
5
ain't gonna
years
say it.
to decide on him. I really would hope for that as a Falcons
With the
fan.
player in the same system, you get to actually
Man,
Read the
fuck
see
the
money.
system.
what.
It's your
Read the
mechanics,
money.
how you get the ball
Read the
down the
money.
field, how you process plays,
You know what I'm
all that.
saying,
It don't matter
Read
about
the
no
money.
coach, Ronnie.
Goat, you got some money, Goat.
He played that. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right,
Big JP.
I was outside for a little bit. I'm back in here.
Big JP.
We got JP. Go ahead and read that for me, Red. Go ahead and read that for me, Red. I just got back
King
in.
JP, otherwise known as the Shepherd, coming through with that big $20 super chat. He says, you're looking at it wrong. The verdict is already out on Bryce and don't need to see no more. Let's say
With
he
the
plays
fan
well
base.
enough.
It's the only.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Red. My fault. Go ahead, Red. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me pick back up there. Sorry about that, King JP. You know, we got some people that they ain't got good manners, man, but we all know him. Yeah. So, let's say he plays well enough to get extended. Will $50 million a year Bryce fall off once you can't pay the talent around him? Just a thought.
Hello.
We can't franchise tag Bryce. That's what you saying.
Ronnie, what he's saying, Ronnie, is if you got to get all this talent and the greatest head coach in the history of the NFL and a top 10 defense in order to hold on, listen. This is what he's saying. In order to see Bryce at his best, then you extend him for $50 million a year. Guess what? You're not going to be able to maintain on the team all that elite talent that you put around him. So now you back to square one with him.
So I want to speak on this because I feel like
it's
it's
a damn
not
good
fair.
point. It's a damn good point, JP.
It's a good point, but it's kind of exaggerated.
No, it's not.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I get everything. What Swarm said was correct. The problem is y'all are acting like you've already put talent around him.
We just said it.
Excuse me?
No,
we did. Offensive line, two guards.
Okay?
Ted McMillan, are you crazy?
You might have
Xavier
the
Legette,
O-line
we
now.
didn't put weapons around him. Are you crazy?
Hold on, let him finish, bro.
You might
No, fuck all that. He said he didn't put weapons.
Yes.
No, I need to correct that shit. We didn't put weapons. Xavier Legette, all these
He's saying as of recently, man.
I'm talking recently.
Yeah, look at the players around him.
That's what I'm saying.
Wide receivers.
What are you trying to, bro? Like
2 first rounders at wide receiver. They ain't putting weapons around the man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all really gotta stop with that. For real. Now argue that. 2 first rounders back to back at wide receiver. You just said we didn't get that man no weapons.
I'm gonna argue it easily.
Hey man,
you think
we got a better.
weapons?
We got look
the
now.
NFC South does not.
We got
look
a
at
better.
Like you got weapons.
Hey, we got a better receiving core.
This dude about 24. Bryce Young is his peer. That's why he's talking crazy like that. Bryce Young is one of your peers because there's no logical reason for you to even advocate for that. They drafted 2 wide wide receivers in the first round. No team has done that in the last 25 fucking
Exactly.
years. So don't give us that bullshit. You're a
In the
Bryce Young
last 2
fan.
years, though.
Just say
Come on,
that.
we
Just
In the
keep it at
ain't
last
that.
2
got no
years.
weapons. We didn't go out and get no
Ain't
weapons.
been
Are you
weapons.
fucking crazy?
Tight
Exactly.
end,
Explain to me
receivers,
what
running
more can
backs.
any
Yeah,
team, 32
hey,
teams in
BJ,
the NFL
BJ, there's no need to explain, BJ. If somebody's saying the sky is green and we know the sky not green, don't
Good
need any,
God, man.
don't need to debate that, brother. That's talking crazy.
I'm
That's
just
below
saying.
that's beneath you, brother. That's beneath us to even
All
entertain
32
that.
teams in the league. How much more can you do for a quarterback? All 32 teams in the league back to back in draft
BJ,
first
it's like
round to the
asking
quarterback and a
BJ,
wide receiver
BJ.
before.
Bryce Young is
For
he look up.
real.
He like Bryce Young. He admired Bryce Young. Anytime
Boy,
somebody got to give excuses for somebody, that's not real.
Leo, let
that's
me ask you a
3
crazy.
question.
years,
Let me ask
man.
you a
That's
question,
all I'm
Leo,
saying.
since you're talking.
That's
Let me ask you a
crazy.
question.
It's only
We
been
ain't
Is
getting no
Leggett a
weapons.
bust? Is Leggett a bust, Leo?
No.
No, his
Okay,
first
what is
second
he?
year. Hey, let me check. Hey,
So
check
what
this
is
out.
he?
Check this out. Check this out. Check this out real quick. You know, Leggett had more touchdowns. He had more, one of the, he was the top 3 or 4 in touchdowns for rookie wide receiver. You know, he had more touchdowns than your boy had over there. He got drafted by the Bills. Yeah, so I mean, what we
Okay.
talking about? It's the
So my
quarterback play.
so
Yeah,
Leggett
my
had
Keon.
5
Leo.
touchdowns with
So
Yeah.
2
what is
fucking different
Receiving
Leggett?
quarterbacks.
core than the
Leo.
Bills.
So what is Leggett?
Man, he got drafted in the first round.
What is Leggett in the NFL? What do you expect Leggett's numbers to be? Who do you expect him to be?
Especially with Bryce Young in the what are you talking about,
sir,
bro?
if we had
No, I don't want to. I don't care about
if we
Bryce
had
Young.
a competent quarterback, at least 1,000 yards a season.
So you know he's a 1,000-yard receiver. You already know this.
So, sir, how do you know he not though? Real quick, young man, how do you know he not?
He
That
can't
is my
answer that.
point, Leo.
Sir, young man.
Leo, that is my
You
point.
asking me what do I expect from him? I'm asking you, how do you know he not gonna be that though?
I don't know.
So
That is
what you asking me for then?
Leo.
Nobody knows.
Leo. That is the point. You are talking like you know you have weapons around
But
Bryce.
you doing it
You
too,
don't
though.
even.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm
You got
not.
this guy like
I'm
21 years old. I got you. You're a teenager. I got
Leo.
you. I got you.
Leo and
Bryce Young is your
Hey,
peer. You like
hey,
Bryce Young.
I am
hey, Pewter,
talking like we don't know what the
check this
weapons
out,
are.
Pewter.
And with
Check
your
this out,
weapon
Pewter.
that you just drafted, now there is no excuse.
Nah,
One of them
nah.
has to pop.
That's what
Pewter,
we said. But you said we
hold on,
ain't went
y'all.
out and got no weapons.
Whoa.
That's what you just said. You just said we ain't had no
Hold on,
weapon.
y'all.
I'm saying you
Y'all,
don't
hold
know
on.
if
Y'all,
you have any weapons. You acting like, oh, we put weapons around him already.
Hey,
He's a
Goat got to
bust.
get in, y'all. Goat got to get in.
Damn, ho. Now, this is the argument because y'all gonna keep going back and forth. So how do you draft? You draft on the college numbers on the potential. He was a
Yes.
1,200-yard receiver in college.
Okay.
Hey, Kendall, what was Kendall? Kendall was Sanders one of the top tight ends in the NFL in the college the year he got drafted? Was he one of the
Yes,
top
Yes,
tight
sir.
he
ends?
was.
Yes, sir. He
He had
was out of Texas. Yes, sir. He was.
I
he
don't
had
want to hear nothing about
700
college.
yards.
But we didn't
He
go
had
get no weapons,
700
Leo.
yards
We didn't do
That's
shit.
what I said. We talking to a kid, man. That's what
I,
I'm saying.
I don't.
The sky is
I
green to
don't.
him. We talking to
No,
a kid.
we're not talking about. We're not gonna sit here and act like just because they did something in college means they're gonna do something in the NFL. Leo, you must
But
That's
hold
stop
on now,
saying
everybody,
that.
bro.
Leo.
That's
You must,
everybody.
but that is
Man,
That's
this is
my
what I'm
everybody.
saying. This
but
not
That's
even an
Jay,
intelligent
everybody.
Jay,
argument. It's not even
Jay,
an intelligent
That's
that
argument.
is
everybody.
my
He
point, Jay.
backpedaling. I see. I
You're
heard.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you're
It's
talking
beneath
like
us,
you
man. It's
know.
beneath us to even go there, man. It's beneath us.
Stop. You're better than that. The point is,
No, I know I'm better than that.
no, but
I'm entertaining
Leo,
your bull crap, man. I
Leo.
don't know why I am.
The point is, you guys are talking like you know what you have in your weapons. You don't know. What if Bryce is actually good and your weapons are just actually trash right now? And Tate is the best one.
Highly unlikely.
I told you he was a Bryce Young fan. Didn't I tell you that?
Agree. I
Didn't I tell you
agree.
that?
Hold
This
on.
guy's like
Leo,
25
Leo,
years
Leo,
old.
to your
Bryce
point.
Young is his
I'm
peer.
To your
39,
point,
Leo.
Leo, to your point.
Jay,
This is your point,
Jay,
Leo. Davion Sanders, Leo, had 700 yards in college as a tight end. 700. He
Jay.
had
I'm
340. He had 342 with Bryce.
And go. That team was
Jay.
loaded,
Man,
so they
that
had to
man
move
was
the
injured
ball
too,
around.
Goat. Stop
That
that.
team
He
was
was
loaded.
injured too,
Kendall, how
Goat.
many yards
Man
Leggett
was
had his
injured,
last year in
Goat.
school,
Jay.
Kendall?
Stop that.
Jay, I agree
700.
with you, Jay. It's very unlikely. I agree with you, Jay. It's very unlikely. My point is, right now, we don't know for sure. That is my only point. We
But
don't
sir, we
know
will
for
never
sure.
know because real quick. Let me ask you this, sir. If you're starting a quarterback on your team average 180 yards passing, for his 2-year career. Do you expect him to
In
take
2
advantage of the
years,
players on the
in two
team?
years, you haven't seen the third year yet, Leo. So don't do that.
I
Oh
will
3
say
years.
my
I will
God.
say this.
3
Go
years.
look
RTP.
go look at Tua Tagovailoa's numbers before Tyreek. That's what I'll
So
say.
RTP. Let me
What?
say this. Let
What?
me say
Go
this,
look at
RTP.
Tua's numbers
RTP.
before Tyreek.
RTP. As opposed to differing with King JP's statement, I simply said that he said it perfectly. I don't think there was anything that needed to be added to it or subtracted from it. What he's saying is, and I still agree with him. Just on the surface, if you really read and listen to what he said it all. He said if you see an improvement in Bryce and he gets better, but you know that you have invested heavily in the assets around him. You're saying the same thing. How do you not know it's the assets around him? And then, but what happens in a quarterback driven league when the team has success, they're going to reward the quarterback. And then your clock is ticked to say, okay, we can't give him that same level of talent when it comes time to sign those guys. So they're leaving. If it was the weapons the whole time, not the quarterback, there's going to
Why
be a
Green Bay
regression.
just drafted a wide receiver number 1 recently within the last?
Thank
Why
you, Leo.
when
They
Aaron
make
Rodgers
their
was a quarterback, they
quarterbacks
wasn't
prove it
drafting
first.
wide receivers number 1?
I get
Leo,
it.
they make their quarterbacks prove it first.
I get
That's what I'm
what you're
saying.
saying.
But see, this guy, he root for Tampa Bay. That's his team. But
Leo,
he's one of these infatuated dudes with Bryce Young. That's his peer because he's talking straight illogical reason.
Leo,
It's all based on his emotions because
Leo.
the same thing. Because look here, if Bryce Young was on his team, he wouldn't want the team to draft fucking wide receivers for this motherfucker if he averaging 180 yards passing a game. He
Leo,
wouldn't do that for his
we're
own team.
all
But he
talking
liked Bryce Young, so
football.
that's why he wanted that for our team.
I
We're all
got you,
talking
Leo.
football. There's no need to put words in other people's mouths. I'm not trying to hide any agenda or hide
Hey,
anything.
Okay,
I
man,
am
stop
telling
it,
you.
man.
I
Listen,
got you.
You
I got
doing
you,
it by
listen,
your
Leo.
words.
Hey,
listen.
You
No,
doing it by your
listen.
words. You
The
trying
same
to be
thing you're just
you think you slick. You just like
Red
the rest
Swarm.
of them.
Red Swarm. I just gave you the example, right? Look at Tua's numbers before they got Tyreek,
okay, I
right?
got you, Buff. No, I
So
got you, Buff.
you
I
you
got you.
they
The
paid Tua, right? Now I do agree. Once you pay your quarterback, things get a lot harder. The only way you really can survive after paying your quarterback is you hit in your drafts. You got to hit in your drafts. So it's very possible. It's a lot harder, but it's very possible. So the main thing you want to do is if you can find your quarterback, and I'm not saying Bryce is your guy, your quarterback. I doubt he
Mute
is,
yourself, Leo.
but you want to make sure for sure you crossed every box and know, yeah, he's not the guy.
Okay, AK Buck, I got you. So
Go ahead.
last year's MVP, right?
Uh-huh.
Last year's MVP, our so-called trash receiving core was better than his.
Mm.
Yes.
So I'm trying to understand how bad these guys were. These receivers he didn't have when our receiving core was better than the Bills.
Okay, I got you. Go. Is there anything else? I got.
And then we drafted the first round. Watch this. Then we improved by drafting the first. They say either the first or the second best receiver in this draft.
Mm.
Then we doubled down on another tight end. Then we brought another 1,000-yard back in.
Right.
And then we made sure the offensive line had all the starters back plus the
Yeah, we
backups.
got
Go
running
ahead.
backs. We got
Hold on.
running backs and all that too.
Hold
Even
on,
with the
Howard.
worst defense
Check
in
this out.
NFL history last year, though.
I got you.
They're trying to
If you're
pull
asking,
out the hole, man.
okay, so check this out. If you're asking me if I'm trying to find out if Bryce Young is Joe Burrow or Herbert or
No,
CJ,
sir. Nobody's
We
asking
look
that.
at me.
Nobody's
Just
asking
listen to
that.
me.
Don't
Don't
formulate your
even
own
put that in
argument.
there.
Don't
Slow
formulate
your
your own
roll,
argument.
young man.
Hold
Slow
on.
your roll.
Don't try to
None of
formulate
that,
your own
dog.
argument.
Don't
No,
put
sir.
No, just
yeah.
let me
Don't
finish.
mention that. Don't mention them. Let's talk about
Yeah,
Bryce.
don't mention
I
me.
I know, but
None
I'm
of that.
bringing it to Bryce. Just let me finish, please.
No, but you
What I'm
said if
trying,
we're
what I'm
trying to
trying.
say that, we're not
Yes,
Yeah,
trying
I
to say that.
exactly. We're not saying that.
okay.
You
I
just
know
just
you're
just
not. I know you're not saying that. Just let me finish down. What I am saying is you're trying to ask me. We've seen players that look good without the weapons, and Bryce can't do that. So why are we even trying with Bryce? Bryce is not that type of quarterback. But you do not need that type of quarterback who can make any wide receiver look good to win a Super Bowl with that quarterback. Let
Well,
me introduce.
What type of quarterback? What type of quarterback Carolina Panthers need? What kind of quarterback the Panthers need?
We didn't need to draft him in the first. If we don't need that type of quarterback, what we drafting him in the first round for?
Because
Why don't we get a quarterback?
because maybe he's a Jalen Hurts.
Man, we bought a lemon.
Did Jalen Hurts get drafted in the first round? Did Jalen Hurts get drafted in the first round, though?
We bought a lemon.
Does it matter where you're drafting quarterback, or does it matter that
from
you have
a used car store, a used car salesman? We bought a lemon. Yes.
So what you're saying is the Carolina Panthers need they need an all-world team like Philadelphia do for Bryce Young. What you saying?
That's what RTP. That's what JP just got.
No, but Ray, I know what he's saying. But I want to hear it out of his mouth so we could get in the conversation.
So can you do that?
Sir, young man, are you saying that we need an all-world team like Philadelphia for Bryce Young?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm gone. I appreciate y'all.
Maybe.
Now you don't know nothing.
I'm trying to figure out.
Doing now you,
Wait.
All the talking you've been doing, you saying now you don't know? Come on, brother. You've been doing all the talking, now you don't know.
Back up in the
Come on, man.
corner.
Go ahead and look at what we picked up, man, and put around it too.
Breathe, brother, breathe.
The whole time in this show, I've said we don't know. We don't know what the weapons are. We don't know.
You don't know.
The whole time I've been saying we don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know, but you've been doing a bunch of talking.
Correct.
So you know what
then you're acting like you know.
So
but
you know
look
what
at all you gotta do is you a smart guy, you a smart 25-year-old. Look at all the stuff they putting around them, dude. Look at it.
So what is Leggett? Again, give me what is Leggett gonna do?
Look at he's a good wide receiver.
What is his
a
number?
physical one too.
Is he over 1,000? What is he a 10
You
plus touchdown guy?
You know what?
1,000. He had two quarterbacks in 1 year,
That's
dog.
tied to the quarterback, and
What
you
you mean?
know that.
1,000? He's
That's
two
tied to the
quarterbacks.
quarterback.
Don't even try that, dog.
That's
Look,
really
you're a
crazy.
smart guy, but you don't know every goddamn thing, man.
That's
Okay?
tied to the quarterback. That's an indictment on Bryce if you really think about it.
Yeah, but is he 1,000 yards? What is that, man?
I am
You can't
asking
answer the question.
you know what your weapon is, bro.
Did Bryce Young play 18 games last year?
Nope.
Why does that matter? I'm asking you about Bryce.
You said why does it matter? But you asked if Leggett is a 1,000-yard wide receiver. Did he play 18 games last year?
Who? Leggett?
No.
He ain't gonna ball out for him.
Who gets the ball to your wide
Are we?
receiver?
I'm
What the
making
hell
a point,
are you
Howard.
saying,
I don't
dog?
know why you don't understand the point. I'm making my
I
point.
don't understand your logic and
My
what you're
point
saying.
is,
No, I don't understand
I'm
none of
stating,
it.
I will give you my logic again, right? I'll give you my
ahead.
logic again.
Come on, man.
No matter if it's Jameis, no matter if it's Fitzpatrick, no matter if it's Brady, no matter if it's Brady, wait, no matter if it's Baker, no matter if it's another quarterback. Wait, no matter if it's another quarterback that's going to be for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know Mike Evans is a 1,000-yard wide receiver. I know who he is as a wide receiver.
Okay. And if we had a different quarterback, I can probably guarantee you that Leggett would probably have 1,000 yards.
And the fact that you said probably tells me you don't know what you have.
How about that?
Come on now.
That's my point.
Buck.
You don't know what you have.
Stop it, man. Stop it, man.
Now, you know that's disingenuous because the only reason why you knew that he was a 1,000-yard receiver because Jameis made him that. He maintained it. So that's disingenuous.
That makes no sense.
You know, no.
He was 1,000 before Jameis. He was 1,000 after Jameis. He was 1,000 during Jameis.
But RTP, also, that's kind of my optic view that you're speaking from because essentially what you're saying is it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, that Mike Evans is a 1,000-yard wide receiver.
Yes.
So that's again, that's the point that JP makes here is that if you hit and just say Tech is all worldly, right?
Right.
And then everybody else looks good because of him. Even Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Bryce is going to secure because of that? A $50 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to hurt the team in the long run. As opposed to finding out that he's not that good of a quarterback. And that's all that BJ has been saying this. I give him credit for this. For the entire season and throughout most of the other time watching Bryce. He said he's earned the right to play a certain time in the NFL because of his draft pick, number 1 overall. But if he doesn't show, and BJ has said it ain't just, a certain level of winning. He got to show his superiority. Otherwise, he wanted his ass gone because he's going to hold the team back from getting the type of quarterback who might be a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
And I agree with all of that.
Talent.
Okay, but why? But I want to say this: why you act when you say Jameis? Why are you acting like Jameis Winston is a garbage quarterback or something? What are you saying? When you call his name, what are you saying?
Howard, you keep bringing up the quarterback like the quarterback is what we're talking about.
No, I'm repeating what you said.
And I'm explaining what I said, Howard.
Jameis Winston wasn't a good quarterback who could get that ball out to Evans and things like that.
Howard, the point was, I know with what my wide receiver is. That is the point. You're saying but you're saying probably this. You don't know what you have.
Okay, man. I'm gonna say this plainly. I got you, Buck. I got you, Buck. Okay. Is any of those quarterbacks that you name, have any of them had a season that Bryce had? Any of them?
Not one. Not one.
So this is the reason why I'm telling you it's disingenuous, and you know it is. And that's why I find it irritating, because you are smarter than this, but you want to do this BS. And I don't understand why.
No. Hold on, wait. Do you think
exactly what Leo says, man?
Hold on.
Let me speak a lot of these fans, these young guys' fears, and they love him regardless of whatever. Okay,
no, I think I know what he's saying. Do you think that what I am saying is Mike Evans is making these guys get him 1,000 yards? Is that what you think?
No, what I said was this: the quarterbacks that been on your team, all of them were better than Bryce, and they were able to get 1,000 yards. Hold on, they were able to throw a receiver for 1,000 yards. Now, Mike Evans was that receiver that was able to get open, and he will get open for majority of people because he is a Hall of Famer.
Right.
All I'm saying is Bryce does not have 1,000-yard arm.
Right
now, it's true. I can't say that it's not true because he did it for Adam. Now Adam did it. It was really funky, but Adam did it. Now,
so Adam got 1,000 yards.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
We gotta get JP comment. We gotta get JP comment and super chat in.
Go ahead.
All right. Hey, the King JP, the first shepherd, hitting us with that $10 super chat. He said, "Hey, listen, top 10 O-line." So he's kind of just making a lot plainer as to what he was saying. RTP. Mm-hmm. Now you question the weapons. They've given him a top 10 O-line, 2 first-round wide receivers being XL and T-Mac. That's a fact. 2 1,000-yard running backs. 2 Enrico Dowdle. That's a fact. 2 former Pro Bowl wide receivers in Thielen and Renfro. 2 promising young pieces in Coker and JT Sanders. He asked a question. Need I go further?
Yeah, no, but he's talking about this year, right? That wasn't last year. This is what you got this year. So
no, that was last year. That was last year. Other than Rico Dowdle, that was last year.
And
that
you had
Renfro. RGB. That was the same team that you just said we haven't given this motherfucker.
No, you didn't have T-Mac, you didn't have Rico, and you didn't have Hunter Renfro. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
so it's not the same team. Not even close.
We still had the top 10. We still had a top 10 offensive line that we gave him last year.
Good.
We still had a 1,000-yard running back that we gave him last year.
That's
and
good.
We had going on two
good. So again,
first-round draft pick wide receivers.
So again, now let me make my point to you, and then I'm gonna get back to Wally because Wally made some good points that I want to get back to. One, all that is good. You're gonna need that. There's a reason why I said this year is the year now where you can say there is zero excuses, because exactly what JP just put up. This is the year where you can say there is zero excuses, right? Now let's go back to what Wally was talking about. When I was talking about Mike Evans, right? Let's say Bryce Young is now the Buccaneers quarterback, right? And Mike Evans gets 600 and something yards or 800 and something yards.
Mike Evans a bitch slapping.
Then I can say, because I know what Mike Evans is, I can say Bryce is not, bro. He can't do it. He couldn't even get Mike
But
Evans.
why you can't say it now? Why you can't say it now? Why you can't say it now
So
though?
you gonna
Why
say
you
that
can't
after
say it
1
now?
year, and we can't say that now. We can't say
Because
that now.
I'm gonna tell you, because you have no idea what XL is
How
in the
you mean no
NFL.
idea? We see him play on the field. We got idea. What do you think? You got special.
What
You
team?
got special specs that nobody can see through but you. You're crazy, man.
So here's
People
another,
can see what time it is.
here's another great point that Wallace brought up.
You're just talking right now, dog.
Sorry. Here's another great point that Wally brought up. Why did Thielen get 1,000 yards and not XL?
Y'all know he's sitting on
Hey, XL was a rookie. That's for sure.
Okay. Excuses.
Yep.
That ain't no excuse. He was a damn rookie. He was a rookie.
Bro,
What's the excuse about that? Get the ball to him. Get the ball to him.
And you get
they were throwing the ball to Thielen. That's his security blanket.
Hey,
okay.
You gotta, if you watch those games, if you're a Panther fan, you watch those games. Adam was playing out of his mind. Ain't no way in the world.
He was playing damn good. Shit.
No
so
rookie.
Why didn't he have 1,000 yards in 17 games?
Well, let's go look at the targets. How about that? Let's go look at the targets and let's go see how many 18 games did Bryce Young play last year. Let's go look at the targets. Put it all together. Put all of it together.
I'm seeing XL dropped a lot of drops. XL missed a lot of time.
How many? Let me hold up. I guarantee you.
Let me read the money.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me read the money.
Okay.
SC Panther Boy says XL is the reason he had a lot of drops. Okay, this is the thing about that. He only had 6 drops for the whole year.
That's it. The other wide receivers dropped way more.
6. But see,
and y'all want to blame it on that?
And the next
on
that
is because of one game, Howard, that Eagles game where he dropped the potential winning touchdown.
Game-winning game. I'll give it that. I'll give that.
And the next comment said he missed on the field
for Bryce. That's how they'll rather sorely up a rookie and not Bryce now. Sorely up a rookie.
That's a fact, Wiley.
The thing is, see, this is the part. They want to blame this young man, but Bryce only played how many games last year?
I'm not blaming nobody. You want to blame
yes,
somebody?
You are. Yes, you are, dog. Howard, I ain't gonna let you get away like that.
Howard,
yes, you are.
What the sad truth is, Howard?
What's the sad truth?
The sad truth is, and I know Red Swarm has heard me say this before. The sad truth is, even if XL did get 1,000 yards last year, I am a true believer in 1 year does not mean that is who you are. So again, it all goes back to what I've been saying from the beginning. You really don't know what you have.
You're talking about position, and I can give you prime examples if you want to go back. Cam Newton had plenty of losing seasons when he first came, but you knew who that was. You didn't care about the losing season the 2 years in a row, but you knew you like this guy right here is something special, even with the losses.
Right, but
you don't see that type of shit in no goddamn Bryce Young. You don't see that.
Howard, did any of Cam Newton's years look like his rookie year?
What?
The answer is, did any of Cam Newton's years look like his rookie year? The answer is no. His yards went down.
I had to think about that for a second, but his rookie year, he threw what, 401 game, another big game. Come on, man. You going on.
My point
answer to that question is
you ain't seen nothing out of Bryce Young. You didn't see nothing.
I understand that.
The numbers change. Hold on, Peter. The numbers change because there's context to it. The numbers change because how many coordinators did Cam Newton have?
No, Chazinski left and became the head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Don't help him, BJ. Hold on, BJ, don't help him because he knows the Carolina Panthers so well.
Okay.
Peter, answer the question. How many coordinators did he have for his numbers? Because the scheme changed.
Okay. So
hello.
Okay. So his numbers did look different.
So okay, I'm not disagreeing. I told you the numbers look different.
So number two.
You said no.
But you make it seem like
no. I said his numbers got worse every year.
But worse in what way?
Worse.
His numbers went down every year.
What?
In rushing the
his
pass.
winning,
his
yards. He has a combination. This guy is special.
His winning
went up
every year.
Why do you
make sense, man?
Hold on, Peter. Answer the question. Did the winning change?
Why does that matter?
That matters a whole lot.
That's all.
Winning has to do with the
team. What are you talking about? That matters.
Winning has to do with the team.
Are you one of these? Okay, so are you one of these? Okay, so if winnings don't matter, I bet you one of these Bryce fans that say we're going to get 10 wins this year. But winnings don't matter. Come on, man. Stop with all that craziness, man.
I want to make some few points.
Talking crazy, man.
I want to make some few points.
And I'm not a Bryce fan.
I'm not. Well, it sounds like it. And that's fine if you are.
I'm just telling you the truth.
Hold on. What I'm confused is that you're a Buck fan. You come into a Panther platform to tell the Carolina Panthers about what they're seeing on the field with their team. But if I recall, y'all didn't extend James. Hold on. Listen, y'all didn't extend Jameis Winston. Well, why is that? Because he wasn't elevating. He wasn't elevating the team, was he?
You said
so
we don't.
Sit here.
Why
y'all didn't extend Jameis Winston?
Why we couldn't stand him? Is that what you're asking me?
Or you didn't?
Why?
I love Jameis. I loved Jameis. The other day,
I don't care about how much you love him. I just answer the question. That's between you and Jameis.
You're saying
you heard that, man?
I standed him. I love him. I told you I like Jameis. What do you mean?
Why didn't we extend him? That's the question.
Oh, extend him. Oh,
yes.
We didn't extend him because he turned over the ball too much.
Oh, okay. So the same thing is, and was he a first round pick?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's another thing he has in common with Bryce. Okay, was he a top 10 pick?
Yes, he was the number 1 pick.
Oh.
Damn.
And you watched every single game, didn't you?
Of course.
Okay, so that's what it sounds like when you come talking to us about what we're seeing
and what we're supposed to. Come on, man.
Hold on. When JP put it there so eloquently, as if you don't get it.
Oh, I get it.
If you have to pay, hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
Obviously you didn't. No.
What have I disagreed with?
I've listened.
So what have I disagreed with?
Hold on. This is a Carolina Panther issue, not a Buck issue. But
what have I disagreed with?
So if you pay $50 million with all this talent that they have acquired for him, if it goes away, which JP has said, if it goes away, is he elevating the team, or was it the players they put around to help him elevate this team?
It could be both. It could be one or the other.
That's why you're not a Panther fan.
What's the point? Why again? Listen.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
If you win a Super Bowl,
BJ, you get what I'm saying, BJ?
Oh, I understand.
I got you 100%.
Let me ask you a question.
Peter, I think you got to sit out.
Who is this talking?
Some questions, some subjects, I think you got to sit out.
Who is this? Who is this talking right now?
That's popping, fam.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why did the Bucks win the first Super Bowl?
Well, y'all drafted very well for one. Y'all had a great defense. I mean, we can go on and on.
Y'all had a superb defense.
The real question is why y'all didn't return immediately.
Because everyone wanted to do their thing, and we're already old. So why did we win the second Super Bowl?
Once again, you draft very well. You require people out of free agency. You went and got a Super Bowl winning QB. You went and got a top tier head coach.
Okay, you just defined two ways we skinned the cat. So what's the problem? What's the problem? What is the problem with paying everybody and putting? What is the problem with putting everybody around Bryce to win a championship?
What's that got to
But
do
you
with
said we wasn't doing it when we actually did it. That's what we was talking about.
And
there's two ways. There's two ways to acquire talent: is either through free agency or through the draft.
Yes,
we addressed it. We addressed it both. Well, we have watched 2 years of somebody that we've given up, because I also have had a wide receiver here who got 1,000 yards every year, with every quarterback.
Who's that?
And he's with Chicago. DJ Moore.
Okay.
No, DJ Moore.
Right.
Oh, DJ Moore. Yeah.
So Did DJ Moore get 1,000 yards his rookie year?
Yeah.
So
almost. If he did, he's close.
Why didn't XL do it again?
Because he wasn't
because of Bryce Young. Because of Bryce Young.
Hold on.
Because of Bryce Young.
Because he wasn't. Hold on. I got him. He wasn't a starter.
Okay.
Oh, he wasn't too. You damn right about that.
So he wasn't a starter.
No, I want to hit. He wasn't a starter.
So explain to me how we know that XL's the man. Please explain that to me then.
Just like how you know Jameis Winston wasn't the man.
So that's my whole point. All I said was you guys are acting like you put weapons around him when in reality you don't even know if you have weapons.
No, we did.
Let's start off first with the quarterback. Is the quarterback the man? Let's ask that. Is the quarterback for the Panthers the man? Is he the man?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. You answered your own question. That's why he is not the man.
Because you're not answering my question, which was, what am I disagreeing with you guys with? That's the part.
No, you keep trying to put it on the wide receivers and things like that, man.
Bro, this started because
you saying, how do we know that Bryce is? Come on, man, stop it, man.
This started
you're not. Come on, man. We've been there and done it before.
Listen, check this out. I could go all the way to the beginning. It started because I told you, because of those last couple games with Bryce, you have to see if
no, sir.
Hold on, just let me finish. I'm not saying anything. This is how the whole debate started. I said you have to see if you have something. That's why you should have. It was okay for you to draft.
Something is where and where. What part of something?
We know
what
that
part of something.
We in year
3 of something. We saw what we drafted. I mean, are you talking about the draft picks? That's what you're talking about.
That's why it was okay for you to draft T-Mac because it's now.
I'm just saying you're talking about the draft picks when you say see if we have something. What are you talking about? What area?
I am saying, see if you have something in Bryce because of those last.
Well, we already know what Bryce is.
But this is.
That's what I wanted you to say. That's what I wanted you to say.
And Howard, I was with you. I was with you. I felt like he is a bust. I think he's a bust.
Look, you're making my hand hurt right now. What is a more better way to see if Bryce is the man than going 1-1 back-to-back seasons with receivers? What is a better way? And you holding us hostage.
No, that's what I'm.
And RTP, they're saying that the neglect of their defense. That's what they're saying. I've been sitting back listening. What they're saying is what BJ is saying is, I mean, when is enough? You just gave him a first-round wide receiver the year before.
Yes.
You know, and so then you double down on that.
Yes.
What else you want us to do? What else you want the Carolina Panthers as an NFL team to do to help his quarterback?
Hey, that was it. That's what I'm telling you.
Y'all missing what Pewter is saying. Pewter trying to tell y'all it don't matter what y'all did. The talent y'all got is still trash, no matter what y'all.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Put a name on trash.
That's all he's trying to say. Red, am I getting that right? Red, am I getting that right?
No, you're not getting it right. So stop.
Red, am I getting that right?
No.
That's what you're saying.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stop putting words in people's mouths.
That's what I would love.
I just told Jay
the talent that y'all got. Y'all don't know.
I just told Jay, and I agreed with him. I said after getting T-Mac, this is the year. This is the year right here.
So
there's no more excuses.
He's saying y'all they trash. Y'all don't know.
Well, I disagree with that.
Even the talent y'all got is trash.
When you talk about, we gave them weapons, we gave them XL, we gave them
you
don't know what XL is. You don't know if you really gave them a weapon or not.
Dude, every first round pick, the team don't know who they is for real. Every year.
That's my point, Jay. That is literally my point.
It's really not a point. That's a fallback to me. There ain't no point. That's a fallback because you really ain't making no definitive point to us. That's a fallback. So make a definitive point to us, sir.
He's doing this on purpose. I don't know why you're doing this.
What he's doing is mixing the pot all around, BJ. But,
it's a fallback. It's a fallback. I see play.
So,
I want to go to the.
Hold on. How did Baker look with you guys?
That ain't we're a whole different
He looked
team.
hurt.
These players ain't even on
Hold
that
on,
damn team no more.
BJ, answer the
No,
question. He
because
looked hurt.
that's
what he was. He
that's
was
the
hurt.
problem.
He
You
looked
want
like
to
shit. He
believe
looked like
He was
shit.
you want to believe you're a whole different
was
team than
injured.
that.
Dude,
That's
you
your
bringing
problem.
up the
But
Baker
you don't
Mayfield.
know. That is my point. Red
Dude,
Swarm,
it
am I
ain't the
wrong?
same team.
Am I wrong?
Dude, what's the point of arguing anything because we really don't know? That's all these arguments all over fucking YouTube. So what you talking about, bro?
I truly think he just wants to talk about the Bucks.
There is a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between teams.
No, ain't no damn difference because nobody's played this year.
They ain't gonna fight this one with you on, boy.
You started a rebuild, bro. You started a rebuild. You're gonna be in the. You're gonna have to figure things out. That's how it works, bro. It's not saying that you're trash. Your franchise is trash.
What are you really saying right now? You just talking. We
What
all know this
I
shit.
said it from the beginning. You don't know. That's the only thing you guys
Well,
don't
yes, we do know. We do know. We
don't know.
Right
now.
now.
No, Howard. He telling us we don't know, so that means in effect,
Yeah, what kind of shit is he on?
He know.
Right now,
BJ, I told you what I told you what he really means.
right now, Bryce.
What am I saying that I know?
Right now, Bryce has to prove a point. We know right now that Bryce is not a good quarterback. Right now, we know that. We know that. This is his chance to show that he is a good quarterback. With all the shit they put around him.
RTP, I got one warning for you. Just don't lay down and let them put your head on the curb. That's all I can tell you.
Man, look, I got black Air Force Ones. Let's go.
Hello.
Ain't nobody worried about nothing.
Combat
well, you better be worried because you standing on shaky ground right now, my man.
Like I said, so Swarm, am I lying? I want to know.
Don't call him Swarm, man. He laughing at you. You calling me that laughing at you.
Swarm, am I lying?
What you're lying about. What you're lying about to these fans right here is telling the fans. What you're lying about is telling these fans they don't know. Yeah, they know. That's why this argument is going on all the time about Bryce Young. We know. We know. We trying to put shit up around him.
What your point is, Pewter? Your point is generic because this is a simple fact. Why do you draft? And nothing is a proven product in the draft.
Right.
These guys are coming out of college. We're drafting off of potential. Everybody, all 32,
right,
off of potential.
So
then
go.
What they're saying is this right here. In Jatavion Sanders' instance, this boy had damn, it's not in front of me. I know he had 700 and some odd yards, and I think he had astronomical amount of catches. Now he did pretty much nothing. He was non-existent on the Panthers squad, and that was due to quarterback
and
play.
wide open, go
wide open.
Wide open.
So what
then what you go do now? You go draft Mitchell Evans, which is another tight end.
Another tight end.
Then you pay a tight end.
You got three of them.
Then you're talking about you got the fucking nerve to talk about giving away a draft pick to go get yet another fucking tight end, and you ain't utilizing.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. That do sound like too many tight ends, so I don't agree with that.
Go.
We got Trimble.
Can I chime in and say this, Howard? Actually, and I'm saying this as a Falcons fan. I saw glimpses of that kid Jatavion Sanders, man. Enough to believe. If you just let him develop.
The second tight end in that draft.
Yep.
After Brock
you got
Bowers.
to have the right quarterback. That boy had his flashes, man. He did some exceptional stuff.
He's trying to figure it out.
But Red, I think what Pewter not understanding from a Panther point of view is we've seen more with less.
Say that again.
So we do know. That's the thing. This is why this Panther Nation over here. We've seen more with less. With Cam Newton, I seen more with Cam with less. What do you mean?
You can't dispute that shit.
He was throwing passes to Cadre and people like that.
Brown.
I seen more with Jake DeHomes. Where are you?
So first of all, you guys got to stop acting like everybody develops the same. You got to stop acting like everybody.
No, first round overall pick. We're not saying you're going to win it all, but we need to see why they got you number one overall.
I get that, Howard.
That's supposed to mean something, Howard. I agree with you, Howard.
I get that, Howard. But what GOAT was saying and what Red Swarm was saying, Red Swarm was talking about when that kid develops. GOAT was talking about we drafted this player, we drafted this player, we drafted this player. All those players you're talking about, they're all going to develop at different times. This would be a whole different conversation. In fact, it wouldn't be a conversation with me if you guys were like, let's say like the Saints, like you already have your offensive pieces and you already know what Kamara's going to do. You already know what Olave is going to do. And then you inserted Bryce and he performed the way he performed. You would sit there and say, bro, how are you performing like that against these weapons? We know what these weapons can do. But you guys are doing it with these kids that you're just drafting and acting like
we're talking about before all that. No, hell no. No. You're saying that. We're telling you things that we're seeing when he came in the league. He was supposed to be special. Hold up. This guy was supposed to be special. Win, lose, or draw. If you're losing, fine. But if you see what you see out of your quarterback and say, you know what, a few of this and a few of that will help him out, man, we ain't seeing that.
I agree.
Hey,
We
I'm
ain't saw that.
curious. So I've been sitting back listening to RTP. RTP, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Because I think that you are in a very good position. And you say, like, a couple of times today, you've made the statement that you ain't trying to rub nobody the wrong way. You prefaced it before you made your statement. I understand where you come from, especially when you're a visitor in another podcast. Trust me, I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
But you're not in a completely unusual perspective than they are. You had Jameis Winston drafted #1 overall, just like they did with Bryce. Howard is saying he has a right, as a Panthers fan, to have a higher expectation.
Yes, of course.
For what that quarterback drafted #1 overall, akin to what Cam Newton gave their fan base, and expectations from having the excitement that goes with having, and I know what it was like with Michael Vick to have the excitement of a #1 overall drafted quarterback. Would you have felt the same way about Jameis if he turned in a 2-14 season for you, like they had to deal with Bryce?
If I saw the bright spots, I'm continuing with him. And he showed way more bright spots than Bryce Young. I completely
That's what we're talking about right there.
Howard, I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I know
so
what you're
why
saying.
you keep saying we don't know? Why you keep saying we don't know? Why you keep saying we don't know?
What I am
He's not
saying,
disagreeing with the quarterback. He's disagreeing with we saying that we don't know the talent that surrounds the quarterback.
Right. I am saying when you look at
tried to drive it away from that, Poppin, but
but he's right.
They're just not Red. They're not getting it. He's pretty much saying
I'm
y'all
saying
y'all ain't draft no talent because y'all don't know what they
No, I'm not saying
he did say out of Bryce. He said out of Bryce now. He said out of Bryce too.
I'm not saying you don't have talent. What I'm saying
other than that, it's a generic tape.
What I'm saying,
a generic tape, then, bro.
What I'm saying,
Poppin, but I forgot to mention to you that this is Poppin bullets. Bang bang. Okay, that's
what
all
I'm saying is with those last couple of games,
bro. We don't know what. Okay, all right. Watch this.
The last couple of games that Bryce
we don't know what the
showed
wide receiver y'all draft. We don't know if he's gonna be talented either.
Of course.
See how generic that sounds? No matter we look at his numbers,
right?
He's gonna be.
So that's so why is it so hard for you guys to be like, yeah, you're right. We don't know what we got with XL.
Okay, that makes him feel better, y'all. Next subject.
Okay, well, you feel
like,
about
why was that so hard to be? What was so hard to be?
You're saying XL when you
we don't know what we have in XL yet.
Hold on, Peter, because I watched tape and seen XL wide open. Hold on.
It doesn't
matter.
No, it doesn't, because it's 1 year.
If your quarterback can't get him the ball.
It's 1 year. No matter what any player does in the NFL, it's 1 year. It doesn't guarantee. It doesn't guarantee that he's going to do that again the next year.
Did we say guarantees? We said what they are.
So if you can't guarantee, then you do not know.
Are you guaranteed to wake up tomorrow?
No. That's why I don't know if
nobody's
I'm
saying
guaranteed.
We're saying we
That's
know
why
what
I don't know if I'm gonna wake up tomorrow.
You're saying guaranteed, but listen, when you talk about you don't know, you keep going back and forth, my man. I know what you're doing. because you went away from Bryce and started talking
Oh,
about
well, that's the
Leggett, and you
fallback.
were
That's the
specific
fallback, man.
about you were specific about Leggett. Okay, you didn't say one word about Coker or any of the other wide receivers, now did you? Okay, so now you try to put the thing on Leggett. All right, but still the fact is we know about Bryce. Is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Okay,
We know what Bryce can do and cannot do.
Now
We've seen it.
Let me clear this up because I know what you mean when you said you putting this on Leggett. You're trying.
Yeah.
You think that I'm telling you Bryce is playing bad because of Leggett. That's not what I'm doing. Again, let's go back to the beginning when I said I don't know anything about Bryce.
I want you to tell me
because of those last couple of games. I can see why your GM or your head coach would want to, let's just double check and see if those last couple of games mean anything or don't mean anything so we can throw him away. So let's go get another first rounder so we can check that box out just in case, even even if XL is legit and he had a good first year, still don't mean he's not going to have a sophomore slump. So let's go get another number one wide receiver. We cover that as well and make sure that we have no excuse for Bryce.
See, that's how I know you're not a Carolina Panther fan because
he's not a fan at all, dog.
Predicted this 9 months ago. 9 months ago. That's 9 months ago. He said they're going to give him another weapon. It didn't matter if SL checked out to be a number one or not. They still were going to go get another wide receiver.
Okay.
Just to help him out because he wasn't producing. His first year, he had two.
I would expect him to.
First year, he had 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers on the team. 2 of them, not 1, 2.
2.
Right. Like I said, I would expect them to do that, of course, whether he is the guy or not.
But that's all that really matters to us right now.
All of this is about the future anyway, man.
Talent or don't have talent, we ain't seen it yet. Whatever. What we do know is Bryce has not lived up to the expectation for Carolina for a first round pick that we have gave up so much for. Just like that, y'all. So that's when I say you got to kind of pick your battles where you want to stick your toe in and win it back out because everything don't need a long drawn out conversation.
You the one that drawed it out.
Don't state the obvious. Don't state the obvious though. Like that's.
It obviously wasn't obvious because none of you guys were listening to it. So it obviously wasn't
we listened to you, but we listened to you. But we got tired of you saying.
No, all I said was let's be honest. We really don't know what the weapon. You said you filled them up with weapons, but you really don't know what those weapons are yet. And you guys couldn't just say, "Yeah, true. We don't know what the weapons are, but we think."
Well. One thing's for sure. We really don't know what Bryce is yet. We don't really know from the weapons. We don't know what Bryce is yet. That's what we really know. We don't know what he is yet. That's for sure.
He could have went off last year. You still don't know what he is.
Now, you did answer the question because I asked you the question directly. I said you draft on the potential.
Yes.
And you said yes. So therefore, when I go out and I draft you number one wide receivers, and I go out and I get you proven offensive guards, and I pay the most money for a defense offensive line. You understand what I'm saying? So I got you two proven guards, the best coming out of free agency that year, the best.
I hear you.
The 2 best, not number 1 and number 10. I'm talking about number 1 and number 2 coming out.
I hear you.
And then I go get you a first round grade receiver.
I hear you.
And you got 1,000 yard back. Now I double down this year.
You don't know if that's guaranteed, Goat. You don't know that's guaranteed, Goat.
But it doesn't.
In my book, and I'm going with Howard, and I'm going with Pop, and this and me. In my book, that's a guarantee.
No. Go.
Let me ask you something. Hold
on. No. Wait. When Goat was talking about all the weapons Goat was talking about, he's talking about this year, and I agree. This year, no matter what,
that was last year, Pewter.
No, he didn't have T-Mac last year. He didn't have Rico last year. He didn't have Renfro last year.
I got you in it. I got you a first round. I went and got you the 2 guards this last year. We did that last year.
Yeah,
I got you the 2 guards.
Yeah,
and I went and got you
Devontae Adams.
I went and got you a first round grade receiver. And we got Deontay, which was a proven separation guy. We did forget about Deontay Johnson. from the
And
Steelers that we went and got.
for some reason, you guys are sitting there like, oh, we stacked it up. And everybody, for some reason, everybody in the NFC South said, damn, they're weak. Their wide receiving core is weak as hell. But for some reason, y'all think you filled them up with weapons.
I told you that's what he really want to say.
Like
yeah,
I told you.
That
was it. He just proved my point.
How am I've been saying the same thing from the beginning.
Hold on. I know. I just broke it down easier. You made it a long conversation. Go. We don't know what Canales is. Why we don't know what Canales is?
Because it's only been 1 year.
No,
I ain't asked your name. Ain't go. It's only been 1 year, but what else?
He's only been a coordinator. He ain't got no experience nowhere.
Okay, what else? Because he can't call all the plays that he wants to either. I wonder why.
No, he couldn't call all the plays what he wanted. That's why he benched the quarterback. Because he said he can't.
Okay. So that ain't a guarantee either. Because he can't call his whole playbook because somebody can't perform it. Can't get it there.
Probably not. Again, you
It
act
wasn't
like
no
I've been
problem. That's what he
disagreeing.
said. That's what he said. That come out of the coach's mouth.
Okay, well then there it is. It is what it is. All I said was I can see. Again, you guys are wondering why he's still on the team. I'm telling you why. The GM is going to be like, yo, especially the end of the season. It looked like a light bulb came on. I don't know if it did or didn't. My guess would be it didn't. I think you just started playing bad teams. But I can't deny and act like it didn't look like a light bulb came on. So because of that, let's go ahead and double down on the wide receiver, especially if we were going to do it anyways. Let's do it in the first round, and let's see if we for sure have something or not. We'll find out this year.
Let me tell you as a Carolina Panthers fan, that might be 40% of it, but the owner is 60% of it. The owner is behind it as well.
Maybe.
And he don't want to give up on it.
Hey, go. Now, that's a guarantee.
I know.
That's a guarantee.
You know he don't want to give up on him? So this will be what? Bryce's third year, fourth year? Oh, man. Well, yeah, he might be with you guys on the fourth year. And, I mean, if that's the case, then there's nothing I can say about that if that's the case.
Got some money out there, go.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. I'm trying to pull people up as well.
You will if your offensive coordinator does.
Hold on, Peter. We got to read the money. In my humble opinion, with $5, appreciate that $5, yo. If you have two 1,000-yard running backs, you're not leaning on your QB.
No, you're not. That's exactly right.
But
like I said, you will if your offensive coordinator does.
They want to take the ball out of his hands. But unfortunately, Canales has bold-faced lied to us before and said that he wants to run the ball, and he wasn't running the ball.
Exactly.
He was throwing the ball.
But
that also comes into situations where when you're playing behind, you have to throw the ball. And if you have a quarterback that's not delivering it, then you're not going to have you're not going to be able to see everything you need to see out of your first round picks. Then you will have haters come up here and say, "Oh, he's probably a bust."
Hey, Pop, can I say something real quick? How's everybody doing?
What up, Wolf?
Go ahead, Wolf.
Hey, Go. What's going on, everybody? I just want to say something real quick. What's going on, Pete? What's going on, Red? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. I just want to say this. I need permission from Black Cat Panther Podcast. I need permission from Pewter to do my video today because there's a lie being told in the NFC South.
Hey,
and what would that be?
What's the lie? Hello?
Yo, what's the lie?
You whispering it to us?
Winning the division is hard.
There you go.
For us, winning the division is very hard because the Bucs still have a good team. I hear Carolina Panther fans saying that they're going to win the division. I don't know how, because last year was the same story, and you know how that ended up being. I think people said that the Carolina Panthers was going to win 11 games, 10 games. And again, and the story is being told again. Next thing you know, I got New Orleans Saints fans coming out the woodwork saying, well, we're going to compete for the division. And I'm like, okay, I need to shoot a video because there's a lie being told.
Yeah, shoot your shot, bro.
Okay, so I just want to reference Black Cat Panther podcast. I just want to reference Pewter in my description. So I just want to be able to shoot the content. I want to ask for permission first. I just don't want to be, because there's a lie being told again by some of our fan bases. It's just lies being told all over the place. And
So, in your, as my humble opinion, my guy
yeah,
Leo is on
yeah,
there. In your humble opinion,
yeah.
who's gonna win it?
So right now, NFC, I would say you got to go through the Rams, and you're gonna have to go through Philadelphia. NFC. You're gonna have to go through the Rams, and you're gonna have to go through Philadelphia. And I know this is one of Q's favorite players. If JJ McCarthy ends up to be a CJ Stroud year, you're gonna have a problem with Minnesota too. It's just facts. Now, San Francisco
And
has
with
a.
you just saying that, I
You
think you're
leaving
gonna
out
have.
Washington too.
Yeah,
Again, what I'm saying is my opinion. The top two teams, in my opinion, are going to be the Rams and Philadelphia. Now, Washington's going to be a playoff team. I believe San Francisco is going to be a playoff team. You might have Minnesota. Chicago might get better with their offensive line. The way they fix their offensive line, they might get better. Detroit is still very, very viable, but I don't know if they're going to be as strong. I'm not sure. But again, NFC South, we are contending for 9 games. And Go 2 years ago said this: 9 games ain't going to scare nobody.
No,
It
at
don't
all.
scare nobody. So I
I
don't
like
care
what
if
you're
you're,
saying.
I
I
don't
like
care
what
if you're,
you're saying too,
I
man. I
don't
like
care if
that.
you're a Carolina Panther fan. I don't
I
care if you're
like
an
what he's
Atlanta
saying
Falcon
too,
fan.
Howard.
Right, I
Yeah.
don't care if you're an Atlanta Falcon fan. I don't care if you're a Bucks fan, right? Because the Bucks did beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs 2 years ago. 9 games is not going to scare nobody. It just
No,
doesn't
no,
scare
absolutely.
anybody. So I just want to reference, because again, some of our fan bases, they jump out the window, right? You
Oh
got people
God.
doing cartwheels. You got people doing and this is why the bar is so low for the NFC South. The bar is so low, a 2-year-old can walk over the bar. People are
Yeah.
happy that my 2 pass rushers are beating people in OT in practice. They are doing hour videos about my 2 pass rushers beating people in practice. This is how
Hey, you know,
this is how low the bar goes. I just wanted to pop in, Go, because
yeah.
I'm tired of this, man.
hold
That's a
Can I?
real
right there,
statement.
Wolf.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold right
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
Wolf. Hold right
yeah,
there. I'm glad you said that.
yeah,
Because I just made the statement
yeah.
that I'd probably say some of the weakest defense was played last year in the NFC South.
That's
Sure.
a
That
fact.
go
You
for the
sure did,
Bucks,
go.
that go for the
Yep.
Saints, that go
Yep.
for us, that
Yep.
go for y'all, the
Yep.
whole 9.
Yep.
And then Wolf just said content creators on the Falcon side are making hour-long videos of a guy beating a guy in practice.
Yep.
Why is that happening? Why is
Yep.
that happening?
Because the
Because
bar is
they
low.
trying. The bar is
I
low.
think the bar is low for you guys. It
Okay.
ain't low for the Bucks.
The bar low. The bar low for your
I
ass.
want to say
Okay.
The
this.
bar's low for your
Not
ass
Okay.
like
too.
the man said. Whoever said that
Okay.
with the Bucks, that man said 9 wins is not going to do it. Now he lists out everything, and it's true.
And
9 wins ain't doing it. Ain't scaring nobody. That's for sure.
Wolf,
But us
let me ask you a
as
question.
fans,
Pewter,
Have you
listen.
heard?
Pewter, listen.
you know what trips me out? Us as fans, right? And mainly the Carolina Panthers, not everybody. But we act like other teams ain't doing something.
Yeah.
We act like we the only one doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Yep.
just don't get that part. They don't ever think like that.
And
Well,
again,
let me
listen,
ask Wolf something. Let me
Pewter,
ask Wolf something
listen.
real quick.
You
Wolf,
guys had
hold
to
on,
fall off.
because
Go ahead, Pop. Go ahead.
you can get the pewter, but
Yeah.
look, I haven't seen anywhere in Vegas where it says the Bucks are winning the Super Bowl this year. I ain't seen it nowhere.
Right.
Nowhere. So I don't
Right.
know why he popping it like it's like, hey, ain't nobody talking about. They talking about the whole NFC South, bro. You
Listen,
included.
Pop,
But
they didn't really listen.
our bar is not winning the NFC South though.
Listen, I get it. Yo,
Which
Pewter,
is
I
your guys'
It ain't the
understand.
Super
bar.
Bowl either.
Listen, Pewter,
Yeah,
I
it is.
understand, right? I understand your point, right? You want to win. The NFC Championship game is where you want to be. I
Right.
understand that. I get
Right.
that. Okay, cool. I understand that. Baker had an incredible season last year. I looked at his numbers. He had a fucking incredible season. Like,
Doesn't
yo,
matter.
it was
It's the
whatever.
reason why
Okay,
nine
no
wins and
problem.
10 wins don't
But
My
matter.
bar
here's
is
the
to have a
problem.
winning
Look,
season.
Pewter,
We ain't had
here's
one
the
in too many
problem.
years. I just
Here's the
want a
problem.
winning
Red,
season.
hold
Yeah, I
on,
got
Red.
Kurt.
Red, I
Kurt
ain't
is
gonna be
crazy.
long. I ain't gonna
And
be long. I'm gonna land my
I got
plane
you, Wolf.
fast. I'm
Yep.
gonna land my
Yep.
plane fast. The NFC South, Pewter. If you look at your record last year, you look at the Falcons' record last year. There was a lot of teams that beat us, and it was get right games for those teams. The Bucks too. It was get right games for both of us. That type of stuff, again, like I said, can't happen. You can't continue being a team where they look at the schedule and they say, "Oh, we're gonna get right." You can't continue.
You
And
just said
9
two different
games,
things, though.
right? I understand that, but it's two main points. 9 games is not scaring anybody. And by the way, Pete, last year it was 8 games. So you was under 500 with the division. You wasn't even above 500. You was under 500. So nobody's scared. No, in the NFC South, I'm gonna keep it real. It's not scaring any other division. It's not
I
scaring
wouldn't
any
be
other
scared of
division.
the NFC
And
South
and
either.
it's
That's
time,
for
What you
sure.
talking
and
about?
it's time to be honest. It's time to be honest with ourselves and look at where the bar is being set by
When you
some of these
say
fan
it's time for
bases.
us to be honest, are you trying to include the Bucks?
The
Yeah,
Bucks
include the
too.
Bucks
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
Why?
this,
Why
yeah,
would
it's
you
because
all
include
because
the
y'all
Bucks?
only
You damn
it's
right. He
NFC
said
Listen,
South.
South.
Yes,
listen.
You damn right.
yes,
When I said you said two different things. You said there was teams that had a get right game against all
yeah,
of us. Yes,
yeah,
a game against all of us. That happens. That's the NFL. Then you
yeah.
said the whole season. That wasn't true. If
But
you saw the Bucks
were
schedule,
you
the
under
Bucks beat
500? Were you
Detroit.
under
The Bucks
500?
beat the Eagles. What are you
We
talking
beat the
about?
Eagles too. We beat the
Yeah, we
Eagles
beat
That
too.
Detroit.
was
And
2
we
We
years
beat
beat the
ago. That was
Detroit.
Eagles.
2 seasons
And we
ago.
beat the
That's 2 seasons
Chargers.
ago. That was
Like
2 seasons
that,
ago.
do
that ain't
not
last year. That
mislead,
ain't last
bro.
year, dog. That ain't last year.
That
That
wasn't
That
was
ain't
last
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 year.
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 What are you
That wasn't
talking
last year.
about? That was
Yeah.
last year.
That ain't last year, dog.
Yes, it
Listen,
was.
all I'm saying,
No, how
a
can it be? And
red,
they won
a
the damn
red,
championship.
a red,
I'm here,
a
Wolf.
red. All
Yeah.
I know
Talk
is
about
that
playoff time,
all I
bro.
know is that listen, you never
I'm
gonna
not talking about the
catch me.
playoffs.
You never gonna catch me doing an hour video about 2 linebackers,
That's a
right?
fact. That's a fact.
That beating people in practice that they supposed to be beating in practice.
That's a fact.
Okay,
When all they supposed to be doing
right.
is
When
learning
me
plays.
listen, me go Q and Pete, we drive trucks. Ain't nobody. We got to do the pre-trip. That's automatic. We doing the pre. That's automatic. That ain't something that nobody gonna come and tell us to do.
Automatic.
We do that. Ain't nobody telling us, yo, listen, yo, check the tires. This that. We doing that already. That's your job. They get paid. This is a job. Mr. Walker got to show up. This is
But
a job.
and I'm gonna say this, Wolf, and I'm gonna stand on it.
Yeah,
Michael Penix be who y'all want him to be.
yeah.
And I said it if again. Pewter, they in your ass.
Yeah.
If I ever get me a
You think
quarterback
so?
with what I got on right now, I'm
Yeah,
in your ass.
yeah.
I'm
If
telling you
you
that.
if you
Ain't
think
nobody
so, that's
scared of
your
the Bucks.
opinion.
They not scared of the Bucks. They not. Y'all not
Go,
that tough. You're not
go,
that tough.
go.
If you believe
Go.
so,
Watch
that's your
this.
opinion.
Go. Watch this. Watch this. Watch. Go and red. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Go. Pay attention, Pewter. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Everybody else.
Yes, sir.
If the Falcons start 2-3 with that schedule that they got, they gonna start calling your cousin.
I said that, Red. I
Oh,
said that to Red.
oh,
I said it.
oh, oh,
So let me tell you
oh.
why that's not gonna happen, Wolf.
Okay.
Because and I don't have the schedule pulled up, but I heard
Well, you,
CBS
yeah.
Sports
We
talking about this
Tampa,
the other day.
Minnesota. Tampa,
Hold on,
Minnesota. Okay.
hold on. I'm
Okay.
getting a chance to respond now.
Okay.
I don't have the schedule pulled up before me, but I heard CBS Sports talk about this. The most difficult point in the Falcons' schedule is the beginning of the season, the first 5 or 6 games. If they come out of that at even 2-3, there's a stretch in there, a 6-game stretch, where they could conceivably go 6-0 at worst, 4-2. So essentially, what you're saying, Wolf, is they go 2-3 in the first 5,
Okay.
and then they have a 6-game stretch where they can go 4-2. That puts them at 6-5 for a rookie. And you're telling me they're going to want to bench a rookie who's above 500 for the Falcons when Kirk Cousins is
Red, you
only
think
7-7 in 14
hey,
games? I don't think so.
Red, you think I care about if we beat Sam Darnold or Josh Allen? Which one you want
But
on your record?
my point is this. My point
Because
is
it's
this.
who you beat. You know that, right? It's who you beat sometimes.
Exactly.
Okay.
And in order to really make any noise, and I'm just piggybacking off what you said about ain't nobody scared of 9 and 8 and nobody coming out of the NFC South. I said earlier that what I would be happy with when you talk about the bar, I ain't no shame in my game. For a team who hasn't been over 500 for the 7 years, I consider it a success if this team goes 9 and 8 next year.
9 and 8
And ain't
ain't gonna
nobody
get you no
getting bent.
red. It ain't
Wow.
gonna get
Nobody
you
getting
that
bent for
red.
Kirk Cousins.
It
What
ain't gonna
you see what I'm saying?
red.
You see what
It
I'm
ain't
saying?
gonna get red. 9 and 8 is not even 9 and 8 ain't even gonna give you the division. And you
Hey,
damn
But
sure
Go,
ain't
hear
getting
me
the wild
clearly.
card.
Hear me clearly, Go. Hear
right,
me clearly. I
right.
know that full and well. But when the whole show is talking about expectations. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
get over here. I can't get over here and knock one fan base about having unreasonable expectations when I'm out here screaming that my team is gonna make it to the second round of the playoffs and we ain't had a winning season in 7 years.
Why? Because there's
A
steps
win,
to this, right?
a winning
Exactly,
season,
RGP.
a
Thank
9
you.
Exactly.
and 8.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's steps. It's steps to
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
But your GM done stepped a whole lot of times already.
Wolf, that has nothing to do with Michael Penix. Nothing.
Wait. Hold on. They ain't got nothing to do with Michael Penix.
Nothing at all. Nothing at
Hold on.
all.
Nothing at all.
So again, you're thinking that Michael Penix is gonna be out of this world.
I,
No,
I'm a
no.
Panther fan.
What I'm
I
telling
believe
you
that.
is,
I believe
and
that.
hear me
I believe
clearly.
that. I can say
Hear
that.
me clearly. Hear
Uh-huh.
me clearly.
Okay.
If Michael
But we
Penix
don't know
goes
how it.
5-12 next year, Kirk Cousins will not see the field.
If he's what?
If Michael Penix goes 5-12 next year, Kirk Cousins will not see the field in an Atlanta Falcons uniform.
You know how I know. You know how I know
That's
because
interesting.
some of the Panther,
And when Howard gets finished, I'll explain to you why.
hey, some of the Panther fans, even though we beat Atlanta with Bryce, they will not put Michael Penix stats up. They will only show Bryce stats. And you know why they ain't showing the stats, right? Y'all do know why, right?
Yeah, but Howard
Cause
Bryce is gonna have a
I
whole
just
lot of other pressure.
I just
y'all
asked a
played him,
question,
Howard.
dog.
Yeah,
Just
Y'all
ask a
played
question.
him, Howard.
yeah.
Y'all
You know what I'm saying?
Howard, Bryce is gonna have a whole nother pressure because CJ gonna get paid this year. CJ's gonna get paid this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Most
yeah.
definitely.
Bryce know he don't
Most
Yeah.
deserve
definitely.
no
So,
payments or nothing.
so
He ain't
Right.
Wolf.
getting that.
So
Wolf.
right now, talking to my son, that's a Texas fan, talking to my son with the Texas fan and blase blah.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of whatever is 255 is the number. 255. That's the number for CJ.
Okay.
So
Well,
Bryce,
hold on.
I mean, hell, it's
What
been to the
what did
playoff
Trevor
every year
get?
since he came in the league.
what happened?
What did Trevor get? What did Trevor Lawrence get?
I think Trevor. I think the one that got highest is I think Joe. I think Joe got like
Well,
253.
what I asked that question is this right here.
Mm.
C.J. Stroud is the best quarterback in that division,
Yes.
Oh
right?
Yes.
shit! Sure.
So he got to get more than Trevor Lawrence.
Sure.
I mean, you saying it as if Stroud don't deserve it. Hell, he been in the
No,
playoff ever since he got in the league.
No,
no,
I'm
Howard.
not
What I'm
saying that.
saying,
Reward.
I'm
no,
not saying
Howard.
that.
What I'm saying is
I'm saying that's the bar.
that's the
Trevor
Yeah.
bar.
is
Yeah,
right there in
yeah,
his division. He's in his
right.
division, and he's the best quarterback in his division.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
Yeah.
got to make
You're right.
more than Trevor. So
yeah,
the Trevor's the bar for him.
yeah, yeah,
Wolf, let me say this to you. I've heard you
yeah.
say this a couple of times, this Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins thing,
Mm.
and calling on Kirk Cousins. Let me tell you why it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Even if Terry Fontenot should lose his job
Mm-hmm.
for not being a good GM, it has nothing to do with the call that Arthur Blankwood made to have Kirk Cousins take the field again, have him look good, and then be tied to him for the third year of that contract. Kirk Cousins will either be dealt with during the course of this season or before the next calendar year comes around again. His days in Atlanta are done. He's not going back on the field. not
Right.
even in mop-up duty.
And,
He's not going back on the
Red,
field, Wolf.
can I say
And Wolf, you
something?
need to go into the numbers, Wolf, before
Right.
trying to look at the wins and losses of a rookie quarterback and
Right.
whether they will revert back to
Hey,
Kirk Cousins. It
hey,
won't happen,
Red,
Wolf. The owner won't let
Red.
it happen because of the
Hey,
money.
Red, and that's how you know just how good this dude is. Because look what they're doing. They already paid they already paid that quarterback so much money, and they're saying, "Hey, we don't give a shit about that. We'll let you sit,
Who?
eat this. We'll eat, huh?
Who's good?
Penix. They're willing to move on from a guy that is paid a multi-millions of dollars. Dog, think
Okay.
about it. Just think about it.
Hold on for a second, Howard.
Don't
Yeah.
Okay, so there go the numbers right there. The real HHENT coming with a $2 super chat. He
And
said
Lawrence is
Lawrence got
trash.
5 years, 275 million with 142 guarantee. So CJ Stroud has got to get that right there in my eye. Plus,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be
Wow.
more than that because that's actually a
Wow.
good deal for the
okay,
Jags, and he's not going to see all of that money at all.
Right.
They're gonna lock
you
Yeah.
think?
CJ in for the next
It'll be
5
more than
years.
that easily.
Yeah, man.
And I know good and damn well there is even Bryce supporters,
Yeah.
that would even give him next to that type of money.
No,
Right.
absolutely not, boy. Bryce,
Nowhere near.
I think.
Yep.
absolutely.
I
Bryce
think.
ain't done enough to be talking about him in the tier of the top paid quarterbacks. And
We could,
I don't get it
But
even when they
but
start this
Red,
talk about
but
CeeDee
Red,
and Bryce
if you
like they
can't say
compare.
if you can't say you would pay him that, Red, it's no conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right,
275
bro.
go.
It's like,
Woo.
what are you fooling around? What are you
Yeesh.
sitting around twirling your thumbs for?
okay.
275.
There you go, Red.
Tweedledee,
Thank
dog.
you, Red. Thank you,
Ugh.
Red. Thank you.
Ugh.
Everything that we do, talking about giving him 3 years because he's a rookie, bullshit. If
You
you
don't have
can't
to.
definitively
You don't
say
have to.
that you're gonna give him that right there, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, I
And
just think
RTP,
that
I actually think this is Bryce's piss or get off the pot year. I don't think they're gonna fool around with him for a fourth year because of all the talent that they
I
put
think
on
there's
the
a lot of
team.
jobs in the NFC South that's on the line this year, Red. Would you say so?
I
There's a
tell you
lot.
what, Red,
All four
you
teams
let
have
Bryce
people that are
you
going to
let
lose their
Bryce come
job.
out here. You let
So
Bryce come out here, and he's 0-5 or something like that. He's
when you
going
say
on. They
quarterback,
ain't wasting no
are
more
you
time.
talking about
No,
coaches
I'm
and
talking
other
about in
stuff?
general. I'm talking about like as far as like just people in the NFC South. It might be a whole nother. I don't know what's going
Some
on with
change?
Canales. Is
Yeah.
this a make or
Nah, it ain't a make or break year
No,
for
no,
him.
no, no.
It
I
ain't a
think
make or break year for
Canales
him.
they gonna roll. Their owner is gonna roll with Canales for a while, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, I
Both.
watched him enough to know that he's got the right temperament and personality and ability to talk. And I think these players love him. He can survive another poor season by Bryce Young and the opportunity to get his own QB,
what
man.
about your man? What about your man Raheem No Socks Morris?
So
9-8.
Raheem will outlive
Huh?
Terry Fontenot, and I'm not sure that Terry Fontenot will be back in either way. But if the Falcons win the division, I could see Arthur Blank letting him stay. But it'll be on a short deal because this is his contract year. It'll be on a short deal. I think the most he'll get, and he may not want to sign that. He may want more longevity. But I
So
can see them giving
Raheem,
him a 2-year deal.
how many years did Raheem sign for originally?
3.
3
3
years.
years?
Huh?
Oh
Yeah.
man, that wasn't really. See, we signed a
That's
7-year
part for the course.
contract over
That's
this
part for the
motherfucker.
course for
Yeah.
Arthur
So
Blank, though. He did the same thing with Arthur Smith. It was 3 years.
it was a 3-year deal. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And they got them out of there.
That's
Now
what lets
go.
me.
That's
You
not a
know you're
that's not a
lying.
sign. That's an indecisive type sign.
Yeah.
Red.
He expects them to win now, go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right.
Hey, Red.
Yeah.
That's
Say
how I
what,
know
Kitty?
Atlanta.
Say what,
Atlanta
Kitty?
knows that Penix is the man because of what they're doing. That's
Yeah.
I know when they making that move like that, boy, they
Yeah.
ain't playing. They want Penix on the field now, right away. Right away.
Yeah.
Y'all goat is lying to y'all.
What'd he say,
Huh?
Kitty?
He said that the Bryce fans, or the sexuals as we call them, would not pay Bryce $275 million. You lying.
They
You
would.
lying. You lying. You lying. When you got videos, when you got videos online of him throwing against a cardboard cutout defense, and they commenting on those videos saying they got a white tear running down their leg, they would pay him.
Yeah. She showed it to us. She damn sure showed it to us. But though, what she's saying is, you said the bisexuals, not the team, but the bisexuals.
But I have seen this team be head first for players, but when it come to money, though, Red, when it come to money, Kitty, they pull back. They say, he ain't worth it. When it come to money, they senses are kicking.
Yeah. Hell, y'all did it.
I don't know. We ain't never had a civil war in the fan base like this.
You talking about 275 million, 142 guaranteed.
I think there's some out there that would give it to him.
I just ain't seen that from Bryce Young
Kitty,
in the time he's been in the NFL.
Kitty, you know what it is. You know what it is with the NFL today. All the teams think that you're gonna get a Patrick Mahomes right away. You're gonna you're gonna get a Josh Allen. And Kitty, let me tell you something. Can you imagine what a fan base will do to even have a decent quarterback, Kitty? Because the Atlanta Falcon fans 2 years ago were on their knees praying for Kirk Cousins or somebody like a Kirk Cousins.
That's a fact, boy. That's
okay,
a fact.
because Kitty, I said it, Kitty, and I'm even trying to trademark this, Kitty. Quarterback whores. That's what people become. They become whores.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
They
absolutely right.
become whores. And Kitty, you want to know? You know who's the biggest whore fan base, Kitty? The Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
They have
Bernie Kosar did a commercial with the great Taylor Swift, Kitty. Bernie Kosar. Yeah.
He said a great Taylor Swift.
The great Bernie Kosar did a commercial with the great Taylor Swift.
My brother and my dad were KC fans from the first breath to their last breath.
You see?
And I root for KC on account of them. May they rest in peace. But this Bryce shit has got to go. Bryce has got to go.
Kitty,
they become whores. They become whores. Yo, Kitty, I swear to God, some of these fans, if you ask them, hey, what would you do for a top 5 quarterback? They'll sell their own mother for a top 5.
Stop it, Wolf. You about to get close, Wolf. I thought you was going to say it.
The day they give Bryce his walking papers, I will break my legs and black my eyes doing cartwheels.
Red, I'm talking about Red. Red. I'm talking about these motherfuckers will take the strippers out of Magic City and start dancing themselves. Okay?
Quantum must not be in our Discord because he must have not seen the comment I posted on that video last night.
Hey, go, man. Go, Pewter. I just wanted to reference the video. I just wanted to shoot a video. Red, I hope you come over, man. I'm about to go live.
Oh, man, you already know I got
yo, StreamYard, go. Is StreamYard acting crazy for you? Because I heard StreamYard is acting crazy right now. Is everything okay?
It was slow today, but I'm running on my pad, but it is slow today.
Okay,
but,
it's slow.
What's up?
We don't been in this thing
2012
minutes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a last word.
Hey man, last words is this, man. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel Black Cat Panther Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Pewter. Make sure you subscribe to everybody who has a channel. Listen, NFC, July, we're gonna take it easy in July. And then I know gonna crank it up in August, so I gotta crank it up in August. And it's gonna be a good times, man. I feel good times, man. Coming back, some good football. Let's have a great conversations and stuff like that. And listen, let's start setting the bar a little bit more higher in the NFC South. Let's not do cartwheels because somebody made a catch or somebody's running a route. Let's not post that 100,000 times, people. Come on now. Let's get back to the basics. All right. So love you guys, and I'm gonna talk to you guys soon, man. Thanks for having me on.
And,
Love you, Wolf.
Wolf, you said what
Yeah.
you say your topic was gonna be today?
There's a lie in the NFC South.
Okay, and then and then
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
tomorrow I want to kind of piggyback on what you saying and what you
Okay.
just said
Okay.
about setting that bar a little higher in the NFC
Yes.
South.
Good
Definitely.
one, go. Good
Definitely.
one.
So
Definitely.
y'all Falcons guy, and see that was good between you and Red because
Yep.
y'all had difference of opinions,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
Pewter please tap in
Yep.
because I got a Bucks. Like I said, we haven't had a Saints representative, but
We can't
there
find them.
will be more of a NFC South
Yep.
talk by
Sure.
saying the bar is kind of low in the NFC
Yeah,
South.
Yep.
that's a fact. That's a
That's a
fact.
fact, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, go.
I
These and before I let you go, I know you want to close. That's the problem that people have when you tell them the truth. I'm not speaking subjective, but I'm coming with facts. I'm
yeah,
coming with not an opinion. It's a fact. The Falcons have been trash.
yep,
They've been absolute trash,
yep,
dumpster juice.
yep.
And now you want me to get happy and excited because a first round draft pick beats a guy that's not even going to be in the league?
Mm.
Right.
And you take this and you listen to these radio nutheads who live in their mother's basement eating up all the spaghetti? No,
We're
no,
in a
it's,
world,
We'll
Wolf.
say
We're
they
in
in
a
the
world
basement.
right now
no.
where there's a whole bunch of YouTube videos about how Shiloh is looking like a all pro and
Trust me,
starter and
trust me.
OTAs,
Yes.
all kind of crazy
It's
stuff from
crazy
them, bro.
shit. Yeah. So you already know. They're in their mother's basement, Pewter, eating up all the spaghettis, yelling upstairs, waiting 4 and 5 hours to talk to Duke and Bell, Red. They're waiting 4 or 5 hours to talk to Duke and Bell.
Right,
Stop
right,
it.
right.
Stop it. We're gonna restore order. If it's us right here, we're gonna restore
Okay,
some order around here.
I
okay,
love it.
okay,
I love it.
okay.
You know.
Well,
So I'll be back
let's start.
tomorrow, Go. I'll be
Okay,
back tomorrow.
let's start it tomorrow. Let's
Yes,
start it
sir.
Well,
tomorrow.
Wolf, hey, go. I get on out of here too. With that being said, man, Wolf, I have my notifications turned on.
Okay. Okay.
RTP, I got my Pewter and Red podcast notifications turned on. Go, you know I'm over here, Panthers, Germany. Listen, man, I'm a fan of all of y'all. I'm listening. I support y'all, and I will be in the content with y'all, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate each and every
Yeah.
one of y'all for the great NFC South content that y'all give us, man. And
Yeah.
y'all take it easy on our Saints brethren, man. I think they're back in paper bag wearing days over their heads, man. So, you know, and who can blame them, man? They don't know what they got at quarterback.
It's
So,
y'all's fault. Y'all gotta be like protecting them or something. Y'all's always holding hands with them, so
shit.
they're your responsibility.
Shit, RTP. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey,
Shoot.
Go. I got some on the Saints tomorrow, man.
Throw
I
them
want to
out,
share
man.
something with the Saints tomorrow. I want to share something because people,
Okay, we
yeah,
can do it.
yeah,
We can
yeah.
do it.
I'm gonna share something when I come back tomorrow on the Saints, Go, because I think people not really recognizing that offensive mind that guy has over there. I'm
We
just,
can do it.
And I've
yeah,
said this,
yeah.
and I want to
Pete,
say
give
here,
me
I think they sleeping
yeah,
on the
give me your
quarterback
last
too.
word there, Pewter. Give me your last word
Well,
there,
that's my
Pewter.
last words, man. I think speaking on the Saints real quick. Not that I'm saying he's gonna be anything, but I think a lot of people not giving Tyler Saw or whatever his name is, that rookie, a chance, and he looks like a nice prospect.
Tyler
So
Show.
yeah, Tyler Show. He looks like a decent prospect. So don't completely sleep on him, but yeah, that's all.
No doubt. Wiley, Panthers, Germany. I think Wiley done signed off on me.
He done
Kitty,
fell
what?
asleep.
Let me. It's probably late over there. It's probably like 1 in the morning over there. 1, 2 in the morning.
I
Kitty,
just
give me
popped
your
up
last
here.
word, baby.
I just popped up here because I had to call you out, Goat. You know you my favorite, but I had to call you out because I think some of them will pay. But our wide receiver room, no matter how good it is, they're not going to be successful as long as we got the dwarf cunt in the backfield.
No
But
doubt.
I do wish him luck, but I don't see it coming. And if Quantum would join our Discord, I would repost the comment for him on the video. And I'm eventually going to bring him to my side. But keep pounding. Love you guys. Everybody join the Discord. We got everyday entertainment up in there.
They be in there, y'all, all times of the night, all times of the day, posting. Get up in that Discord. If you ain't got it, hit the link is in the community. You're missing out for real if you ain't in that Discord. Hey, tomorrow we're gonna have if it's something like a similar talk like we did today, we're gonna have some representatives, y'all know, from the Falcons and y'all know from the Bucks. We can't find they hiding the Saints. If you're a Saints guy, come on in here tomorrow. Represent. It will be NFC South. Is the bar too low? It's all about expectations week over here at the Black Cat Panther Podcast. Hey, we out here.